will try to play the Earth Spirit despite that.
Moose, of course, position 4 for Thunder Predator.
Yes.
They are tagged up appropriately. Very easy to follow.
Infamous.
Not
Guys, trust me, my team, they were feeders all 11 times. It wasn't my fault.
Anub Rakan, this guy, well, he makes it through as Lycan gets banned out next to the Bat Rider, and somehow Tusk has made it into the first banning couplet. So that opens up for the big Scarab here. All right.
And that blocks out the puck pick. So now if they want the puck, you know.
All right. That's a hero we saw banned a lot. The Slada. Kind of counters the Riki as well. So, pretty good. Gives the Nyx Assassin.
Flying. Look at this. I love the speed at which SA seems to draft.
Another. Oh, yeah, they come prepared, Trent. You see, they do their homework down in this region.
Didn't expect Jakiro. I don't think we saw Jakiro. Maybe in one game, but
yeah,
I haven't direct answer to the Slardar.
Yeah, the attack speed is pretty good.
Yeah, it's like I just want to bully this guy in lane. We already have the Nyx Assassin, which is a really obnoxious hero to play against. So that doesn't hurt either.
Yeah, coddle action now opens up some potential combos with the chakra.
We were just talking about this, how we're not really getting that much coddle here, whereas he's way more popular in like Europe. I think we were talking about this in matches.
Yeah, really still a bit team player specific.
It's a pretty unconventional pairing, right? We're not sure if Coddle's going to be a 4 or not, but it doesn't really strike me as the strongest lanes, Louder Coddle, so I assume this could be a 5 Coddle.
Yeah, did we have the Ember Coddle? Did we do one game of that, I feel like?
Maybe.
Sounds familiar.
I remember we had a Marana Ember, and maybe there was Coddle in the game as well.
Yeah, it might have been another day. Yeah, not today, but
oh, okay.
Either way. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the new Coddle, it's I would say it's a little weaker in the early levels, just because of Blinding Light not being there. But overall, people seem to like having back the recall. Of course, gives you some more macro game plans that you can work around.
The ult is definitely a bit weaker too. There used to be that crazy level 6 power spike that's not quite as strong.
True. Another little bite of stats, guys. The highest ranked player in the upper bracket of DPC is playing in this game right now. Do you guys know
Leo style?
Not Leo style.
Okay, I will confess that was going to be my guess.
I thought that was
I'm picking someone else instead.
Is it MNC? That's my runner-up.
Is it Papita?
No, sir. The highest MMR player in this game is from Infamous, actually. He's not tagged properly there, but he is the position 1, Christian Savina, or Pacas.
Pacas.
Pacas, rank 12.
What's he grinding?
Rank 12 right now. Playing a lot of Terrorblade, a lot of Anti-Mage.
Oh, still Anti-Mage? Ugh.
Yeah,
don't we hate that hero? Isn't that hero like the worst?
In pro, yes. In solo, I don't think so, man. As we've said a couple of times, it's a different set of parameters playing that solo cube.
That is true.
I don't know if you've seen much Immortal gameplay on the SA, but yeah, it's brutal, Trent. It's tough down there.
10 seconds remaining.
And you know, we did talk about Anti-Mage. That Slardar is a hard counter to Anti-Mage, and they do have that Jakiro on Thunder Predator. This doesn't strike me as a terrible Anti-Mage game so far if you're Infamous.
Don't do this to me. I don't want to see him.
It's possible, man. They also removed the OD, you know, that pure damage, pretty annoying. Also never low on mana.
Yeah, finally back to the Timber bans. I'm pretty happy with that.
Infamous turn to ban.
Are people still buying the Timber Shard, by the way? The Fire Spitter, or whatever the hell it's called? Or is that full meme
totally
status?
forgot that even existed, actually.
Is that just straight meme status?
I've seen it, actually. I've seen it in a pro game recently. I think, like, if you're against a lot of units, it's okay. It's not great, though.
5 seconds remaining.
It's not like a Nyx Assassin Shard, that's for sure.
Okay, fair. Well, I love the Nyx Shard. It's just so fun. If you haven't played it, do yourself a favor and go Shard Dagon 5 and go one-shot some Witch Doctors, man. It is so satisfying.
Oh, it's busted.
Okay, 2-shot, I should say, but you know. combo him down in the duration of a stun. It feels good.
True.
Well, looking through Thunder Predator's history, even before the patch, they were
10
playing some
seconds
Ricky.
remaining.
But so maybe that's why they went for that Slardar on the earlier end too.
5 seconds.
As you mentioned, just like take care of that.
Yeah.
Because with those changes, he only got better.
Wait, what is this? Is this position 4 slot? I guess.
1, perhaps?
So last pick will be to Infamous. Always a chance it could be mid if it's a melee matchup, but I mean, 1 Slardar is it's fragile. It's a little scary, but you can snowball a game if you have a good lane and you break open that off lane. Like
I need a really good reason though. Like there'd have to be something that makes it broken in the game. So it shouldn't be out of such an early pick. I'm leaning towards that 4, and they're just trying to abuse like maybe double crush with the coddle in like the mid and the late game is kind of cool, and then just the vision you get from corrosive. Maybe they really value the Roche.
Yes, I feel like that's definitely a part of it, and I guess if you're playing for the shard on Slaughter, isn't that bad, right? Getting the Slithering Crush proc on everyone.
Yeah, and it kind of works versus Nyx if you think about it, because like if he carapaces you, you can still just do everything to him after, because you can just catch up with your sprint. So like as a position 4 versus position 4 matchup, it kind of works.
All right,
interesting.
I guess that's true. Yeah. Or maybe a really big brain play here.
What do we want, guys? Do we want a 1 or a mid? What do we think?
For Infamous, you mean?
Yeah.
I think you maybe
reveal.
Grab the Wraith King here. Go for the 1, take something really safe, and then utilize your mid last pick.
I'm not sure about playing Wraith King versus Nyx. Even Troll, I feel like actually deals with Wraith King pretty well.
Yeah, the low cooldown on the
Well, same logic though. I think you want to save that last pick for your mid probably.
Most likely, unless there's something they really want that they think is going to get banned out. Like if they.
What is the go-to versus Troll then?
I mean, the main thing I started thinking about is like Bat and stuff, but he's been long gone in this draft.
Yeah. I don't
guess
think
I was
Monkey
thinking more
King
from
is
the
bad versus Troll, 'cause you have the armor in the ring.
Yeah, that's true.
Lena looks okay too when you have Legion. But
yeah, with Slardar, Monkey King is pretty damn scary.
That's true. We also have to think about PA. Yeah, because they have a Slardar and they made it this far with it.
Oh,
but,
you know, this thought crossed my mind, but we think about Slark against these really tanky cores, and Troll kind of fits the bill for that, right? Slark gets to build up all those essence shift stacks, so he has moments where it can be okay for Slark, and all that mobility kind of hard to grab.
I think the Troll is just to push them away from the PA too.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
that's
pretty scary. You
we
also
can't forget too, Troll has this versatility now with the Dispel build. You can go for that Aghanims with some of the spell lifesteal. Seems like that's been phased out in favor of the old class right click, just SNY satanic kind of Troll, but
they did a good job setting up for the Slark with the Timber, OD, and Puck bans. I think they were onto this early. So they go for a different counter in the Lesh. We see this a lot versus Slark now. Just a go-to damage that just pierces right through the Shadow Dance. You don't have to worry about it.
And this Lesh is good because it could be off lane. You're not sure where this is actually going.
Yeah, it could be off lane or mid. The Troll can theoretically mid depending on what happens, just in case.
Yeah.
And then obviously
even Nyx could be off lane depending on a terrible matchup versus Lark, so they're probably going to play 4. All right. Well, okay, so Infamous, we are pretty sure on this Larder 4, Legion 3, so they need a mid. What do you ban here, provided you see these heroes?
Invoker, that's nice.
I think they're both. They're actually banning the Enigma. That's pretty smart too. They could have just went back for that and thrown that in the off lane. I was thinking that if I'm Thunder Predator, I definitely want someone who can initiate a little bit better. Because that's one thing they're kind of lacking. Like, they can just straight up walk to towers with Leshrac and Jakiro and have, like, the Nixon behind, but I'm thinking about that jump hero, like the Void Spirit or something, to help them out.
5 seconds
Yeah,
remaining.
I like the Void Spirit here.
We keep throwing the Void Spirit out there, but the teams don't seem to agree. He's been very underpicked.
It's true. I think we've only had one that I can remember casting.
Yeah.
Or paneling, rather.
Infamous really likes to play Storm, but they have this Nyx on Thunder Predator, so that's completely out of the equation, I think.
Another hero that's been banned a lot too, by the way, actually. Now you mentioned the Storm. We've seen way more bans than picks. That is most certain.
I think they're going to have to go Void Spirit unless he gets banned now, which is probably their best pick. I wouldn't be surprised to see it banned.
So, bit of a crazy thought here, but how about Pugna?
For Infamous?
For Thunder
yes.
Predator, I think. Oh, I thought you were talking about for Thunder Predator.
Thinking more for
I think
Infamous
Pugna is
against
scary,
the Troll.
dude. He's so squishy versus Nyx.
Yeah, okay. And then I was also thinking Netherward versus Lesh, but
Yeah, it's good in theory, but I feel like Nyx can just destroy the... And I guess they have a save on the Legion. Oh, so it's offlane Lash.
They were
Or
very
maybe offlane
confident.
Prophet.
Yeah, I don't know. They were really confident this would not be a mid-lesh. Or, sorry, that it would be a off-lane... No, they thought it would be a mid-lesh. That's what I'm going for.
Yes.
I'm surprised. I definitely thought this would be off-lane lesh. But maybe it is going to be an off-lane DPS.
yeah, it's a little bit flexible. Not a lot of time here, about 20 seconds.
They're all in on the tower push, by the way. Jakiro, Leshrac, Death Prophet, they're just going to walk at towers at like 10, 12 minutes. So Infamous needs something that can help in that defense. The Coddle's already kind of nice. They need that that puck hero that like catches everyone, you know?
Viper.
Oh, nasty. 12-minute Atos Viper.
Mr. Jeans, he's going to take the Viper. Okay. Very nasty. Great slow against the Troll.
How good's the break this game?
It's very good versus Troll.
Yeah.
And that's about it. So it's gonna be relevant until BKB is up.
Yeah, I always think about Viper. How good are my teammates if I go just straight Atos and we smoke at 12 minutes with Atos? It's like every Viper game, you know. Coddle, not the greatest. If you can get Pepita these duels on the Legion under there, Mr. Mariano now, that'd be nice. It is Excel on the Slardar, so curious to see how this goes. I bring on the reign of support.
Yeah, I think I favor the Thunder Predator lineup a little more. Seems a little more conventional, straightforward to execute. Plus, they've got the Nyx Assassin. That hero is easy and busted right now.
And so much push on their side as well. Whatever fight they win, they take Roche, they take towers much faster. Infamous has Slark Viper, awful at pushing. Legion is okay, but yeah, I just feel like Thunder Predator, their draft is much better, regardless of players, team dynamics. Their draft seems much easier.
Okay. Well, let's see if our casters concur. We've got Gary and Thebin again. Still a lot of weeks to go. You know them, you love them. Gentlemen, please take the baton.
So much, a bit of a relay race going on as we head into our second series of the day here. Infamous taking on Thunder Predator. Thebin, at the very end, that Viper pick comes out. Mr. Jeans on it. But how would a Viper wear jeans? On his tail? On his wings?
I don't know, maybe just for the legs only. He's got some little arms and legs, right?
Yeah, they're like little nubs. He's got like stubs underneath them. Well, an unanswered question for the ages. As they smoke to start things off, Thunder Predator kicking it into next gear, all ready to kick off this series. Early ward gets placed. Let's see if they can find anybody, though, as they are slipping through that bottom jungle. I see the Viper's ward.
We've been seeing pretty much smokes like every other game at the start, pretty much. Like it's either smokes or just like getting to a high ground, sitting there, waiting for a first spot to happen. Obviously, they don't really have a good initiating tool on Thunder Predator apart from the Troll Warlord's ranged axes. And yeah, we see Infamous just back off. They know that something is going on. Nobody's showing topside. Very clean.
Maybe it's just like bias in my head, but I feel like the smokes from the Dire team feel like they work more often. At the very least, you get these two really nice wards for mid and bot lane, spotting out couriers and stuff like that. So they know the mid Radiant Observer ward where that is. But also it feels nicer for Dire to like go and contest bot rune with a smoke than it does for Radiant.
Yeah, it kind of feels like there's better entrances for Dire to get into the Radiant side and attack onto them, where like if you're on Radiant and you're like smoking in, there's locations that you have to go into the high grounds just seem really dangerous. I feel the same way as you do.
Yeah. It's like that double staircase near the top outpost. Like you just sit a couple of heroes there and there's no real way up without being spotted.
Yeah,
But then
and
on
the bottom
Dire to
triangle as
Radiant,
well.
yeah.
Oh man, the bottom triangle area for Dire, like that, you don't want to walk up that hill to try and look for a kill with 4 of your heroes. If they're already sitting up there with Thunder Predator, oh, you're just getting wiped.
Yeah, you die. What are we paused up for? I don't think I saw a reason.
Oh, Slark was DC'd. It's back.
It looks like they're having a few lags. We'll get ourselves back in
Okay.
into action. There
So
we go.
we didn't get to talk about the draft that much, Gary. Here, what do you? What
Oh,
do
did I distract you with a
away from
jeans
this draft?
question?
Yeah, you did actually. I was ready for you to ask me about the draft, who I favor or something along those lines. And he dropped the jeans, and I'm like, what?
Which way are you
Biker
leaning,
jeans?
Theban? Do you have a favorite in
ask-
this one? I'm
I want
mixing
to
it
ask
up.
you first. Yeah, I want to ask you first.
I honestly feel like I
Yeah.
agree with the panel pretty heavily. The way the Thunder Predator have this set up with, late game security in the troll, early pressure and pushing, scouting with Nyx, Jakiro, Lesh, DP. Towers are going to fall pretty quickly. And the
Yeah.
Radiance draft feels like a bit more finicky and delicate to execute.
Definitely, completely agree. I'm a hard agree with that too. I mean, I think this is going to be the Leo style show as long as he's not lagging. This Death Prophet is going to have a free game. Slaughter Corrosive Haze, sure, it can bring the DP down if you can get on top of her. But how are you going to get on top of her if your lanes are constantly shoved out by this Leshrac, the DP, the Troll, and then they're just running at your towers nonstop? On top of that, I think Slaughter is a
Support
terrible hero. Yeah, I think it's a terrible hero against tower push lineups because he's not going to have the time to be able to farm that Blink Dagger. He's not going to have the time to get tanky in the game because he's going to have to constantly join fights and try to slow things down, and that's going to slow him down.
Yeah, and then Kotal's going to be the one that's going to be in those positions, kind of wave shoving against the push, so he'll be soaking up what little farm remains on the map. And Slaughter's going to be running around, 30 minutes in with tranquils and a stick and thinking, this is okay, everything's fine.
Yeah, and that's not going to be easy for Akato to do as well, to deep push, because he's up against the Nyx Assassin. You got that Spike Carapace that's going to get hit with the Illuminate, and then they can just collapse on you.
Yeah, Nyx has got a lot of things to play around with, hasn't he? Like,
So good this game, this Nyx. Against Viper as well.
Yeah.
You can get the Vendetta, break his corrosive skin, so you can actually burst him down magic damage, or Spike Carapace off his Nether Toxin. Great options.
Carapace, Nether Toxin, Illuminate, Dark Pact.
Late game mana burn against Slark. That's also painful. If you've ever played Slark against Nyx, it's so miserable late game.
Yeah, because you are dead to cast your spells as a Slark. You need to be able to shadow dance at the very least.
Yeah, especially by a Scotty.
Yeah. Slaughter already showing that he's not going to be a great time, getting double stunned up by that Lash. And then up there, just a bodyguard, Angel Slaughter as best he can. Not a fun one, that's for sure. And while we're paused again, we can take a peek into mid, where the DP has been pummeled by the poison attacks of the Viper. A couple of mangoes there for Mr. Jeans, and it looks like there should be a salve coming out. No, just tangos and a sentry for Leo style, so we're going to be sitting pretty low HP for a while.
Yeah, not buying the correct starting region item. He probably did not expect this level of aggression to come out from the Viper. I mean, he does have all the assets though on Leo style, and how does lane works, or how the matchup works, is late game Viper can't really do a lot against the Exorcism. That Viper is a hero who needs to stand his ground and attack, and Exo just kind of shreds against Viper. But maybe if you can get a kill or two on this Death Prophet, I think they need that badly on Infamous. They need this Viper to like dominate this game in the laning stage.
But who's your hero that roams into mid? Theban, like Kotal? Slaughter?
I mean, he's gonna have to get solo kills, buddy.
Okay.
there's no support coming. You're on your own.
He's being ditched by his squad. And then up at top, of course, the Kotal with this leading commander against the Troll and Jakiro. It feels the Troll's going to be just free farming pretty happily up there for MNZ. Oh, come on. Frank, yeah. Frank drops the XD. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like we want
Is
to
it
try
time for a remake? Oh, they're asking for a remake. Interesting. Oh, that'll be good for me because I didn't get to be in the remake of the lobby.
Oh yeah?
I'm watching from the feed, yeah, because I went to
dear.
I went to walk the dog. I come back and I'm like kicked out of the lobby. I'm like, what happened? Oh, they remade the lobby.
Had to remake the lobby a couple of times, I think. Trying to find that server.
So that's that'll be a buff for me, but I don't think the teams would want a remake unless everybody's lagging.
Yeah, I think everyone's having the issues. Mr. Choco's in there in the old chat as well, talking.
I need a stat. Has there been a single South American game without a pause? I need to know. I need to know. I know there's European games that occur without it a single pause.
Yeah.
Which is amazing. But something about North America and South America is always a pause.
I'm trying to think. I feel like maybe we've had one recently, but very often we do have that pause at the start of the game to kind of settle down the lag, and it's a nice time to reflect on your draft and think about where you're heading with the game. A bit of.
Oh wow, Gary, get to see your beautiful face now instead of that
yes.
pause screen.
Wonderful. Player has paused the game, but no, now we've got.
Yeah, someone. I think someone was asking about before. I have a very important question for you first before you go on.
Go ahead.
Someone was asking about the products that you use in your hair. Can you just
Me?
talk about that? Yeah.
Nothing. I use no product in my hair.
Oh,
It is
there you
just
have
magical,
it.
thick and luscious. No, but I guess the only thing I do is like I don't wash my hair every day. Oh, we're back underway. We can not talk about my beauty routine. Watch some Dota 2.
I didn't know it was a
like
good place to stop. You know, wash my hair. Alright.
No, I only wash my hair maybe 2 times a week because I find that with my hair, if I wash it more than that, it goes real dry and fuzzy.
Gotcha. Now we can focus on the Dota. What everybody's actually here for.
Oh yeah, and hopefully we don't have players lagging.
So this troll. This is a very interesting lane. You got the Legion Commander with the heal against the dual breath, which is quite annoying. For some reason, every time I see a Jakiro being played, there's always a Legion on the other side, and the Jakiro just feels terrible. But the Troll Warlord is an amazing matchup against the Legion Commander, not only during the laning stage but throughout the game. So he's kind of balancing the weakness of the Jakiro here.
That mid lane battle's getting real spicy. Viper's chasing the DP down. She's already expended all of her mana. The ground hit.
What?
Oh, they've got her. First blood. The solo kill that you wanted is there.
Yeah, the Mr. Jeans doing it. He got his big boy jeans on today. But Leo style, why did he turn around? Oh, I thought he was fine.
Not entirely sure.
Maybe he just wanted to trade away his life so he can come back into the lane with 4 resources. He already knows he messed up with the early heals. Oh, that might be it.
Hey, maybe he knew he was already dead, so may as well die faster. Oh, comes back, full HP, full mana. Still halfway towards bottle though on the DP. As the Viper, it looks like it's going to be that Wraithband boots. And he did have a Dragonlance queued up earlier on. Oh, top lane though. Troll Warlord's giving chase for the Legion, but she's actually skirted away from danger northwards, while Michael's Cottle, too speedy to try and latch onto here as MJZ and MNZ get illuminated. The turnaround, Mariano with the right click hits, not quite enough. The Troll barely surviving, and Michael now, he's being burnt by the liquid fire. Magic Stick with another illuminate. The salve gets cancelled. Troll Warlord still alive though, but they've burnt through every bit of regen they had.
I think he wishes he was dead, honestly. Because now he's gonna... Yeah, exactly. Because now
look at Jakiro. Jakiro's like, I am dead.
Okay, that was a good play from the Jakiro. Because now he's gonna die, come back alive, bring a healing stuff for the Troll Warlord.
Okay, needed.
That was a very smart play. That was a very smart play from the Jakiro there.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, the double stun pairing here, and it's onto the Slark. Angel, Fairy Fire, and the help of the Crush from Axel, and the help of the Centaur neutral camp. Stomps the Nyx in the left track. allowing that slug to slip away. The potency of this duo, though, Nyx and Lesh. Incredible amount of chain stuns and damage. Another Centaur stun, but this time going reverse, helping out the Dire team. Carapace comes, and Slardar is going to be able to bodyguard Angel for a few seconds, long enough to get him out.
Yeah, they're doing decently well on the Slark lane, at least in terms of farm. But the Leshrac, I think, will pull ahead as the lane progresses. Oh, missed the stun. That was a sure kill on the Slar.
Yeah, trying to get that Slark and Slardar in the lane. The two fishy boys dodging away from the stuns.
Very slippery, you would say, Gary.
Yeah, very true. They might kill off Slardar here. Yeah. Oh, it's difficult when he's got the sprint. Backing up to that secondary bounty rune. Yeah, it doesn't allow the Nyx to get it.
Oh, is that 3 bounties for Infamous side? Gonna be happy with that. They're gonna need all the little wins they can get in this game, because once Thunder Predator starts rolling together, it's gonna be really hard to stop them.
Yeah, an absolute bruiser of a draft from Thunder Predator. The DP has been slowed down, though, and that's one of the elements, one of the cogs in the machinery. They need to be able to pressure those towers early on. 16 last hits against the 31 with 16 denies on Viper. He's near level 7, while he is level 5.5. Mr. Jeans is handling the lane.
Yeah, this all started with that healing salve versus Tango start from Leo style. Just that one mistake he made. It's completely snowball control. And they needed this, so they needed the Viper to be enormous. Because he's going to be the one who has to make plays.
Leo style misses out on the rune.
Oof. He's got level 6 now.
That's true. The two supports coming and sandwiching in on the rune spots. Like Michael on his Kotl, 420 move speed. He is incredibly quick. He's got a Windlace and Tranquils. And they're actually chipping away at mid-tier 1. What does the DP do? Does she go and TP to another lane to use Exorcism?
Nah, she has to TP back mid. You don't abandon your mid tower like this. And you got X already, so you can defend it. If they dive you, you pop the Exo, you get like a TP from your Nyx, maybe even the Troll Warlord tries to help you out. You get like 1 return kill on the Viper, the DP is back in the game.
Yeah, fair enough.
So it's like too early to make rotations right now, especially when you're behind.
Try and catch up a bit more. Jakiro flapping his wings parallel with the Viper as they head up to the top lane. Troll Warlord pretty limited on mana. He can pop his
Jakiro. Oh boy.
Yeah. I think this is fine though. Like even if he dies, well, he will definitely die. But it's like he's
they get
there,
the reveal, right? Yeah.
showing the Viper's going top, and now Troll is very safe.
That information for his death. I guess it's worth it, yeah. I mean, Troll can back off, and Viper's like, okay, I've been spotted. Just gonna farm camp and go back mid. The lags. It hurts.
They just want to play Dota 2.
Yeah, and we want to just watch Dota too, but sometimes we can't have everything we want, Gary.
Is there anything in this game that is like super ping reliant? Like Lesh stun, like chaining stuns as the Dire
Nyx
team?
stun.
Yeah.
Ice path, I guess. Yeah, I mean, Radiant got it easy. They just gotta click, 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 and then your spells just go off. And Slark maybe with his pounce. That's a pretty annoying one. Oh, Melva putting the putting down the hammer or mallet. Yeah. And yeah.
Slam it down on the table and say 5 minutes pause, and that's what you got.
I mean, so far, I would say it's looking pretty good for Infamous. I think they're doing a lot better on lanes than I would have thought, which is important for them considering the draft that they have. Like when you got a draft that's not completely even, you're gonna need to really play well in the laning stage and get a early lead to make up for it. Because if you once you have like enough items, then it doesn't really matter, right? Like even if your draft is not as good.
Find ways to come back through skill sets instead. Don't need items when you can just cast your spells. Slardar, ooh, sees the Nyx. The D-ward happens still.
Dire's top
Keeper of the
tower
Light's going to be
is
sticking
under
around. Well, an interesting spot for the both Radiant supports to be down there. Still trying to pressure into the DP's lane, and they are consistently denying runes away from Leo style.
It's really nice rune control from them. I mean, they know how Leo style likes to play. These guys have done their homework. They have a Viper on the team, but they're still making sure that Leo style doesn't get the runes.
And that Viper's headed up top. Duel ready for Mariano. Mr. Jeans would love a pickoff up here. As the Dire supports have smoked from mid to mid. Slardar is like position 5 Slardar kill. Okay, you've got something. No one's going to react to this. Just let him die.
Dire's top tower is
Good kill. But the big win here is a troll avoids the gank. He gets out of top lane. And his map was looking real black as we saw just now.
And now Stark has walked into a stun and the pulse number's going. Troll Warlord is being dealt with though. Nether Toxin down. Couple of poison attacks coming his way, and MNZ, he's got 3-1. That's not enough to pop him up battle trance levels. He's dead. Oh. The Viper just TP's bottom and gets the troll gank anyway. It didn't work out top, but it worked out bottom lane. Lane trick by 2. Theban, they're all just bleeding out. This Slark is slaughtering them. The Vipers come in, helped out Angel, and Mr. Jeans with a double kill.
Hey man, Mr. Jeans is popping off. He's doing it. This is exactly what Infamous needed from him, and he's doing a great job right now. And I mean, good rotation top, seeing the play bottom. They're going on the Slark. TP's in. Troll didn't have mana. Maybe a big miscalculation on his end to even try to hit back that Viper. Like you saw, he was trying to man up on the Viper when he was hitting the left strike, but I think that was his mistake. And now getting his entire team killed off.
And now he has made the ultimate carry decision. The troll has said, I am farming triangle. Please go out onto the lane, my friends. Defend my honor.
It looks like Thunder Predators are not going to be able to do any moves until this Death Prophet's exorcism is back up again. And when that is up, I would like to see them group up as 5 and take a tier 1 tower. Because they need to open up this map.
Desperately, as soon as possible. Because we were saying that Slardar are probably not going to get too much room to farm. He's not looking that bad. He's got Tranquils and other Wind Laces coming. And he's been given a bit of space, you know, the last minute or so up in this top lane while everyone else was rotating.
And they're giving him the Tom as well, get to level 6. I mean, this is all thanks to the Viper, right? Like this Viper, the mid lane winning that is just bleeding out to the silence of Thunder Predator. And I thought this was going to be the Leo style show, but it ain't. It ain't looking like the Leo style show. It's the Jean show right now.
Mr. Jeans up on that tier 1. Jakiro just TP'd out. Nothing he could do to defend it. And they will make a play in mid. There's a good carapace with that Vendetta strike onto the Kotl. A duel though, turn around onto that next assassin with Mr. Jeans arriving. Not a win, but still a kill.
And a kill he will take. Mega kill already now on the Viper. He's getting all the stops on pretty much every lane right now.
Yeah, look at his build. Dragonlance into BKB. He's gonna be unkillable.
Yeah, didn't go for the Boots of Travel, so it's not gonna be that farmed in the mid game, I want to say, unless he just keeps getting kills nonstop. Typically, the Vipers that I see getting extremely farmed are the ones who go for that Boots of Travels route.
Let's go a little bit greedy. Go for that investment. Man, Slardar, what are you up to, buddy? He runs halfway across the map to put Corrosive Haze on the ledge and really scared him.
Hank doesn't really want to put him out of position with that haze on him.
That Dire Observer ward. Like they see people coming, but they just weren't quite sure who.
MGZ just trying to bodyguard him right now.
Stand forward, hold the line. And again, roll Warlord. Maelstrom's coming soon. Not too far off it.
His
Definitely not-
farming speed will catapult once he gets that item. Slark doing extremely well as well, considering he was in a left track Nyx lane with a Slaughter position 5 supporting him.
Yes.
That's incredible farm
Echo
under those circumstances. Yeah.
Oh, and they've got sentry wards, vision here coming out for the Slark. They've got so many, triple sentry wards. They get the D ward on the obs. They spot the Nyx coming in. So plenty of room for the Slark to continue farming thanks to this Slardar in his plays.
He's a rank 12 carry player. You know that he knows how to farm. And Thunder Predator, they're letting him do it.
What's the Legion up to? It's been a pretty quiet one for Mariano. 0-1-1, nearly blink.
Yeah, it kind of feels like Infamous don't have any plans of making any noise right now, considering they're able to peacefully farm on 3 lanes. So, might be the reason why the Legion hasn't really been moving around too much. It's got all this free farm coming in.
Baiting the Slardar in the lane now. Up, takes a tower hit, puts Corrosive Haze on. Hero smoked behind him, offering a threat of retribution. Thunder Predator
Yeah,
move.
so
Where are they heading though?
good question. Where are they heading? Kind of just chilling there right now. They're waiting for the counter initiation on the Jakiro, but again, Infamous, they're too comfortable farming.
And this is
care
deja
about
vu. Or they get the Carapace on the toxin. Criticism comes down to half HP, but in comes Captain Leo style under the tower, and he's gone. Lashrak's been slowed by the poison attacks, and Viper with Cockle up to Hyper. They'll chase Frank down and shred him with that Slark. The Illuminate actually goes all the way through to the Jakiro, and the Nyx Assassin. The long range attacks from the Viper, they're too much to handle. It's the Jeans.
It's under attack.
He's pulled them apart.
Mr. Jean's a god game right about now. Oh man, and his team was right behind him, ready with a dispel onto the Viper, just turn around, got the duel onto the DP, got the dual damage, the kill. Now the DP
Dire's middle tower is
lost
under
Exo and her mid tower. When she's alive, she can't really do anything but push all lanes. That's gonna be another 2 minutes of Thunder Predator playing passively on the map.
At least Troll is happy. He's the only one on this Thunder Predator side that was able to doing his job.
Yeah, happy as you can possibly be in this situation.
Yeah. And a lot of line being drawn on the map there. Everyone on the fire team. Let's take the bottom tier 1. Let's get into that jungle ward. Make sure the Slark's area of farm is limited. Back a bit of land to land these aggressors.
Yeah, Infamous has just been in the right place at the right time this entire game, I feel like. And that's a sign of a good team, right? Like, if you're able to read the movement of your opponent and be ready to counter, like, whatever happened to the Viper just now, that's great. I have high hopes for this team right now. And, their Slark player is really good. He's probably played in these situations multiple times. Thunder Predator, though, these guys are the more experienced team. We know what they're capable of, so you got a lot of people having them as one of the top 2 teams of Division 1. I want to see some plays on the bottom tower. Like, I want to see some rotations from Thunder Predator, force them to come into the Radiant jungle, and then try to make a play around mid after they get like a kill or something, instead of trying to brute force up the mid lane like that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was kind of hoping from them as well, because it gives you more options. Like, if you send 3 or 4 heroes into the bottom jungle, you have one pushing wave, one that's farming neutral camps, and then 2 heroes that are kind of scouting forward past the outpost to see who's there. And then you can decide, do we send 4 heroes towards mid, get the tier 1? Do we send 3 heroes? Rather than having 5 heroes mid, running down the mid lane where it's very telegraphed and apparent what you're doing.
And the Coddle is just getting nice, easy blast off too, because you're not really wrapping around and collapsing on him in that way as well. So, unfortunate. But, just gotta chill out during this pause. Maybe regroup their thoughts and stuff. I think this is maybe a blessing in disguise for Thunder Predators. But I think they have like maybe 1 fight left in them, because this lock is getting to a point where it's just gonna explode and gonna completely take over the game.
Even I'm having lags now. A bit stutter on my feed. But it's coming back to your point about kind of reading the map and the team understanding like the play style and what the goal is from each side. I've had deja vu like 3 times this game where Thunder can move from like their mid-tier 2, try and kind of sweep into mid, and it's either Slardar that's sitting there as the only target, or Slardar that's waiting on the high ground to pop smokes. 3 times in a row, ready and waiting, making sure initiation is possible. That's been real great positioning from him. DP, what are we at? Scepter is a recipe away. Troll Ward heading towards BKB, but that more 20-minute timing for Thunder that's going to be comfortable. While Infamous are ready to go at the drop of a hat.
Yeah, they don't really have much control for the BKB troll. I guess the Legion Commander duel, pretty much it. But maybe they can get a little bit of momentum with that. Oh, I just realized Carl has a 4-staff already on a position 5. Or sorry, I guess he has position 4. I'm thinking the Slaughter is a core, but yeah. On the position 4 Caudal, that's pretty good. Save your teammates. The Thunder Predator have been having such a tough time with the lockdowns, and this 4-staff is not gonna help him one bit.
Like, look at where the Slaughter is playing right now. He runs into Roche Pit, he moves up to high ground, scouts everybody out. The rest of the team are very thankful for the role that Slaughter has been so far.
Just ski.
That was a big lag. Oh god.
Damn.
And Troll is top lane, straight down to bottom.
Servers are dead right now.
I don't seem too happy. Yeah, man, Dire even scanning in front of him, making sure he's not being roamed upon. They're going to smoke 4 hits down towards him. This is what we wanted from them, though. This move.
Exactly. Play on the opponent's side of the map. Try to get them to play here instead of controlling the top area and reacting to them. You just saw that Spark attack like 7 times or something. Yeah. But yeah, this lag is crazy.
It's getting a little bit funky. Smoke's still here though from Thunder Predator. Slardar, yeah, again, look at him sprinting, he's in, trying to pop smokes, watching those staircases and making sure no one's encroaching into the Radiant jungle. Get a ward down. That's a sentry. But I don't know if they killed the Observer ward. Looked like it turned down.
Yeah, they did. The lights went out, you know. That's how you know they killed it.
Oh, but I don't know if they got the gold for it. It looked like it expired, like the timer ended before they killed it. But I don't know if that's just my eyes being a bit broken. Like,
just blame lag.
Control around road? Yeah, absolutely. But this is the thing, like, if Thunder Predator play bottom, it means this Radiant team gets full control of top tier 2, the Roshan pit, most importantly, and they can just keep on farming with all of their heroes while TP are defending. They are single core up against, I mean, are you triple core Radiant, right?
I guess. Really be complimented triple. This Viper didn't dominate this game like the way that he did right now. Yeah, it'd be like, oh man, damn, triple core is so bad.
So greedy.
Exactly. But yeah, it's working because of Viper's domination, which is absurd to me. Like how much work that it was able to put just by beating Leo style middle, and then also getting that into a rotation on the side lanes. Very good TPs, very good movements.
Don't start, let's wait. So I guess we'll give it a little bit of time here for the server to maybe catch up, buffer, figure out what it's doing with its life. As yeah, I think everyone in the problems, it's definitely an issue. Oh, we can actually throw it to a break and come back in a little bit, see if we can figure out these problems. Catch us after this.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Illusion.
And we're back in with a smoke from Infamous, immediately jumping towards Troll. The DP gets caught up by the Slark and an immediate initiation. Oh, started us off beautifully. Yule's up with the Spirit Siphon's going, but she's crushed. Sent to the high ground, maybe making an escape, but she's surrounded by 5 heroes. Gets a trade out on the Slark at the very least. But the smoke out of pause from Infamous, it caught Predator off guard, it caught me off guard, I think it caught the production team off guard as well.
I thought you were trolling. You know, you're like baiting everybody. We're unfollowing. I was laughing like, oh shit, you're right.
They're actually going for Frank as well now. This Slark, you've been saying, he's been farming incredibly well and he's gonna pop off soon. Angel comes out with a killing spree.
Yeah, this Slark, it's gonna be his show real soon. It's gonna push bottom out, get a little bit fatter. I think he's getting close to his next side. Oh, just finished the side, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Straight
already a
into
big
1,000
thing.
gold.
Might even want to go to BKB or something so it doesn't get screwed over by the Nyx, Jakiro, or Sans from the DP, and he just pretty much becomes unkillable. They need this troll to like really lead the way for them on Thunder Predator side right now and make something happen. These guys are lagging again. So sad.
You know, going back to what you were saying about Slark doing well with Pulse 5 Slardar in his lane, usually I feel like you'd have a difficult lane player to go for like 2 Wraith Bands or stack up some early game items. But Angel has, you know, the magic wand, and that's pretty much it. The circlet is just a casual one that he's now going to trade out for something. But he did all of that farming in the laning stage with very minimal early game kind of ramp items.
Yeah. I think it's good. He probably just felt like he could afford to do it. His laning stage wasn't that bad, honestly. Right?
Yeah.
The Slaughter did his part. He got good last hits. They focused the Slaughter maybe a little too much. Like, in these kind of lanes, you need to focus the Slark. You don't care about the Slaughter. He's like this useless support hero. Just because he dangles his body in front of you does not mean you need to hit him. Just keep focusing the carry, and I think they really didn't do a good job at doing that.
And this has opened up Roshan for Infamous now. So that's going to be a Slark with an Aegis. Legion.
Alright, I'll make a prediction right here, okay? I'm
Go
getting in
for
the
it.
minds of Thunder Predator,
Let's hear it.
right? This is what they're thinking. They're thinking, okay, they're going to lose his Aegis. Infamous going to get it, and then they're going to be like, alright, they're going to take a fight, and if they lose the fight, they're going to call GG.
Okay, I'd agree with your prediction. There's just
You know
one
why?
thing I disagree.
Because
One
they're
thing I
lagging.
disagree with. Okay, fine. I was gonna say there's one thing I disagree with, and the thing that they're thinking is not what they're gonna be doing in the next few minutes, but it's why is this game lagging? Why is the server not working?
Oh
for us?
damn, I ruined your joke. Sorry about that. But
No, you played into it perfectly.
But that's what I think. I think they're just gonna like, if they lose one more fight, they're like, oh, screw this shit. Let's just go play next game. You know, even if we want to mount a comeback, like playing through this lag is just not going to be worth it. But if they win the fight, then they won't stick around. Like they're not going to care. They know they're going to have the potential to come back.
Right, Troll BKB could be the platform they need to jump to. Fall back.
They do. They got to get that BKB going. Actually, he has enough gold for it. For a little 400 gold excess as well. Probably didn't even realize it through all this chaos.
I'll bring it out soon. Legion, is that Invis? Yeah.
Dire's
Scout
tower is
out
under attack.
Nyx and DP TPing that Slark down to
Caught
bottom lane. Console.
Yep. It's gonna
Look
be
at
another
Thunder.
person soon too.
Thunder Predator already. They are waiting in the trees.
Dire's
Very
tower
fair.
is under attack.
Very clear move there by Infamous to back away from it. Not having any further information. And now, it seems like it's Thunder Predator's turn to Vendetta up and maybe try and go for a pick. But that level 16 Slark, who's already been recalled away across the map towards the top lane.
So annoying for Thunder Predator. You know, they're getting really close to get a nice counterplay there with the baits, but now the Slark is gone. I'm gonna start pushing top again. Kato on his next ult, they can bring him back bottom, you know, and the Slark is not even using his TP during all this time, so he pretty much played like the entire.
It can be anywhere. Smoke popped on the next assassin though, so Sladar's position given away.
Small window for the Predator. That Franco.
It's connected right there with the Frank Lash. Shouldn't be a win. Be a death attack after the duel ends. That was yeah, Leo style. I agree. That was painful.
What server are we on, actually? That's a good question.
Elon Musk has released the SpaceX Mars server, which we're all playing on right now. That's why everyone's got such a high ping. Oh, dearie me.
We need a Bowie in here to like translate what's happening in chat.
Yeah, because I know one word there from Mariano, the one at the very end. Normal.
I don't think it means what you think it means.
I think it does. I'm going to go to translate.
It's gonna say English to English when you put in Google Translate. Because you're on normal. That's what Google Translate is gonna type.
No, normal. It is normal. There, it translates.
In English. Well, what language did you put?
From Spanish to English.
Okay, all right. Just making sure, you know, because I did try to translate something earlier, and it just automatically detected English, even though it wasn't an English word.
Oh man. I just don't know what they can do. I think you're honestly right. Like, you're behind 8K. You know this game is snowballing away from you. Your like final chances are going to be around this Troll BKB and perfect initiations from the Nyx Assassin. Whereas this Radiant team just have to keep running at you. They've got Blink on Slardar. So it's been a pos 5 Slardar who is going to have Blink at 23 odd minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good timing. I did not expect him to even have a blink at all in this game. I thought he was going to just like feed away. You know, this DP was just going to run around with the EXO, take all the towers with the Leshrac as well. And they were going to have a real clean game. But I hate to say it, but, you know, Leo Style was supposed to take over this game, and he did the complete opposite. He let the Viper take over the game. Just from like 1 or 2 mistakes in the laning stage, and now they're paying the huge price for it. It goes to show how important just like one lane can be, especially the mid lane.
Yeah, just dominating it and coming into all the side lanes with that additional strength you've got. Oh, there we go.
Here we go.
Back into it.
Attempt number 12.
10, 12. Yeah, we're in double. I'm pretty sure we're in double digits now. Jakira trying to hold that macro pyre down the incoming creep wave.
Is under attack.
And Slark has a Shadow Blade coming out to him now as well. Getting incredibly big.
Slark must be sad that the Echo Saber doesn't build into the Silver Edge anymore.
Exactly.
That's one hero who's sad about that.
Super, super sad. Do you think he goes Silver Edge? Is that worth it this game?
I mean, he will eventually if this goes late enough. Gonna have to upgrade that Shadow Blade, regardless, I guess.
But he's bought it for the Shadow Blade now, rather than thinking I need a Silver Edge. Oh, he's got on the troll. Follow up from the Legion, the Blink Duel, too far away. Drums are popped, and off he goes. Trolls back to his high ground. And Viper. Hurricane Pike pretty much all done and dusted. He'll clear out that top wave, allow the push into both tier 2s, mid and top. While the rest of his team, they've got this nice concave towards the dire triangle, forcing Thunder Predator back, but the space is reclaimed by the Nyx and the DP. Still a long time on this Aegis, a minute and a half for the Slark to play around with. Dominoes toppling all over the map, the towers. Easy objectives.
That's gonna open up the outpost. 23 minutes. I mean, it's not that bad, but Thunder Predator's map just shrinking and shrinking.
Nyx Assassin gets a bit of dewarding done, but the speed at which they can move across the map with his Keeper of the Light is actually insane.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, this hero is an amazing hero. Like, once I don't think these guys have the time to really watch Europe Dota, but like that's like one of the best heroes there, and you can see the power of it. And this game is gonna also showcase its power. Like, not only is the hero good at bringing people around, but it can also scale very well because of how many lanes you're pushing as a support.
Yeah.
And without really spending too much time there either. So you're gonna get some really key team items. And its lane is really good too with the Aghanims.
Oh, top. Yule's up. Try and TP home. Nothing to cancel it, is there? So Lesh does get back to Fountain. But yeah, Kotl with a hero like Legion who likes to play the trees and hide in fog, especially in like the dead lane for extended periods or waiting for the Blink Duel moment. She's able to do that without wasting too much time because she can just be brought into a team fight when need be. All right, desperation for Thunder Predator. This is a smoke that is do or die. They catch the Legion with the Yules, snap into action, but the blinding light pushes them all back, and Legion has Blade Mail up. Heals decently with that Chakra Magic coming. She tries, but no press the attack. It's Slark trades back onto Frank Slash. The Warlord crushed up. The two-man hit in from A. Slaughter's made a nice little play there. The Slark is just running rampant into the back line, slips out very quickly. Do get a 2-for-1 trade out on that Legion commander in the triangle.
Viper not actually clicking the BKB and killing off the Nyx Assassins, letting himself get Spike Carapace. I think that fight could have been better even for Infamous, but Thunder Predator losing 2 for the Legion. I mean, they used the Exo too. They're not going to be too happy about that.
Oh man, Slardar, and again, he's bought a Blink, and he is wonders with it. Slark is is doing so much damage here. Mr. Jean just stands his ground and pummels into the troll. Manburn next, I mean, it's taken the blow, but Leostar, he is just locked by Slark, trapped inside the ice path. Leostar's still going, but the brush and Viper does die in the end. I don't know how it happened, but it did, believe me. Viper has fallen.
That's a big kill too for Leostar. He's got a nice chunk of gold there. And they don't get the Slark kill while his ulti was on cooldown.
Oh, Slark is straight back in. Shadow dances up. That ulti you were calling for. It comes now. And Frank, MDZ. Even inside the Magnifier, the Slark is going wild. The Chakra Magic helps against the mana burn tremendously. A doesn't have a crush, so he blinks and slides around. Moose will get back into his base, but 4 heroes traded out for 1, all things considered. Infamous still in the driving seat.
Do you think they even have a chance of getting out of the driver's seat? Doesn't really look like it the way that things are going right now.
Well, maybe they're not wearing a seatbelt.
That's true. That's true. I mean, we've seen in South American Dota some crazy stuff happening, so...
Drifting into the fountain, crash into your opponents all day in their base.
Or even fighting after your hero's dead, your teammate's dead. That could be something that happens.
I think with this lag in this server, fighting after your hero's dead is actually something that's possible. You're dead on your screen, but you're not really. You're still alive. Nyx Assassin. Under a Radiant Sentry. Doesn't go for anything, but Slark might. Shadow Blades. Waddles forward, frame by frame, pixel by pixel. We'll see the Slark moving. But Nyx Assassin sees him with a sentry ward of his own.
Yeah, we're playing Tetris at this point.
Do we have the
Not
rights to play the Tetris music?
I'm not even like at a fast speed, you know, this is like half speed Tetris. That's what it feels like.
Nyx Assassin will jump on Slark. A good strong guns they've got, cheating him and holding him in place, but he's tanky in the Will-O-Wisp, together with Shadow Hands and the Crush. A is in there with a great counter-projection. They've forced the duel on a win target though. And Legion Commander annihilated by the Troll. Thunder Predator will come back, play Troll. Yes, the Legion and the Slardar. Got the Yules of Vibe now as well. Mr. Jeans, what's happened to you? He's been isolated. There's no one to help him. There's no backup coming. The Viper's
He's
gonna
dead.
start
No TP.
2 times in a row.
Yikes. This is it. This is where they start to fall off, I guess. I mean, you didn't BKB before you TP'd out. You know, I mean, if you're lagging this bad, your brain might be lagging too. So it's very high potential of that.
Yeah, maybe just expected the ability of Slark to maybe come back in. Angel. Shadowblade is out in about 2 seconds. Yeah, he goes for the TP.
He's gotta get out.
So now we're reliant on this, you know, Exorcism getting popped and A-clicking into your opponents. Troll Warlord, you know, he pops BKB Battle Trance, just A-click into your opponents. We did talk about ease of execution when this draft ended and the game started, and we thought Infus a bit more difficult to get off the ground and actually play these team fights, whereas under Predator, they can just move as a squad.
Yeah, and I think that initiation onto the Slark was really nice, right? Just forcing him to pop the BKB and all his skills off right away. Infamous to bring heroes over the map into the Slark area, help them out. Like, that's what they gotta keep doing on Thunder Predator. They gotta get these guys that are playing alone and force Infamous to slowly gravitate towards that hero and you know, make them out of position or take team fights that they don't want to take.
Slowly, the key word as this game 1 of a best of 3 has definitely been 29 minutes of gameplay, and I'm sure we've been here for about an hour and a half.
I think so. I think it's been an hour already, like, since this game actually started. I mean, I feel bad for the players, though. You know, like, their focus constantly getting stopped and they can't like get that flow going, and this definitely hurts Infamous the most because they're the ones who want to play aggressively. They're the ones who want to make a lot of clean plays and keep pressuring Thunder Predators before they can even react to that pressure. So
yeah, my giggles and laughs, they're not through hilarity or fun. It is pain. All I feel is pain right now, and my response is to try and chuckle and laugh it off, but my god, I can feel it. I can feel it. Viper dead for 11. Again, a bit of drawing on the map from the Jakiro, maybe telling Troll to bugger off out of the bot lane and back into his triangle.
Yeah,
Go
I
try
think
again.
Let's go. You know, these players, they would rather play with 160 ping than with this kind of packet loss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ping is always just way better than packet loss. Packet loss is unbearable.
It is real awful. Slardar, invisible.
Yeah, I just
hands.
saw Leshak's items. 30 minutes in. Oof, yikes. That's not a lot.
Yeah, below the Kotl in net worth now. Kibble with ankle staff going into Ether Lens. Shard coming.
Shard at 30 minutes, daytime. Got healing going. That's gonna be nice for the Viper. I mean, speaking of Viper, you've seen his net worth or his gold has really like halted a lot. And this is one of the problems with that Power Treads build. You're so slow to getting from camp to camp, wave to wave, and you're also trying to not clash with the Slark's farm. And that's hard to do without Power Treads. You don't have that ability to just T2 creep wave, have that extra movement speed.
Yeah, especially without, thinking back to older builds, Maelstrom was a big one when you went this kind of itemization with Dragonlance Maelstrom. But obviously opting for the BKB, the Shiver, a bit tankier in these extended engagements. As
He also can't run away either with this build if they get on top of him.
to stand, Thunder Predator smoke, it does force the Radiant away from this jungle, and everyone's prepped for the next Roshan in 15 seconds. So you can certainly expect our next clash to be around the pit.
And that's a troll with a haste as well in this next fight. So whoever he wants to stick on is going to be able to do it.
Titan Sliver, Sandranash, BKB, Maelstrom. Troll starting to become untouchable. Slark, Shadowblade. Wandering forward with a smoke to back him up. They do see the Nyx assassin under the sentry, and I think they've also caught a glimpse of this Lashrank kind of troll, so they try the blimper duel. There it is. The grab on Frank. Guys, that's good though with the macro on the two Nyx. He turns it back on them. MNC troll is going wild by now. They've killed off Frank sure as the slug pounces Mugil godlike, continues running forward, but the troll, he's actually pummeling the Viper with his bash. Good hurricane pipe back though, allows Mr. Jeans to retreat away. The slug is by again. MJZ this time wants to drop Leo style, gives him the chase down. Silent slug, he's forced staff down to the low ground. A good split earth as well coming in, but Thunder Predator forced to retreat and has been expended now on cooldown for 2 minutes.
Yeah, I must say that went for Infamous here. They get the buyback from the Nyx, the Leshrac, the Palti, DP Exo. Now they can get this clean Roshan, Aegis, and Cheese. Legion did buyback. I'm not sure if they're gonna give Legion the Aegis here. I think the Slark just needs it, so he can just man up and not care. I think Troll chasing the Viper, it's good because you zone out the Viper and the Coddle, but now you don't have anybody on your team that can deal with that Slark.
Yeah, the choice paralysis. Like, do I go on Viper? Do I go on Slark? Do I go on Legion? Too many options for the troll to chase them down.
Nyx
A jump in. Well, Angel gets the Aegis. The Cheese grabbed up that Slark as well. That was a valiant effort by the Nyx assassin with his 4 staff.
That's a dieback too. He's lost a lot of gold on this Nyx.
I guess he's feeling that Aegis and Cheese here in this Slark's hands could very well be game over.
Slaughter just running across the map, putting the fear of God into Troll. Just like, can't do anything, just ran all the way back to base. He's help of his teammates.
We've probably run out of smokes by now on the Dire team. So any real chance of coming out of the base and fighting? Oh my god, Leshrac, Slark, I hear a press the attacker, Yules. There's gonna be a duel with the Lesh. There it is, catch him out, rank. Just being destroyed. Will Wisp in the back end, allowing Saxel Slardon find a crush on Jagiro, and MGZ is the bonus kill. As they do take down that Leshrac, Jagiro, Nyx Assassin in one fell swoop, and to high ground they go.
I'm not gonna lie, Gary, you're pretty good at casting slides.
See, the thing is, when you're doing play-by-play, you basically make stuff up while things are happening anyway. So you just preemptively start saying stuff and hope it happens.
It's quite impressive.
And then when it doesn't happen after you said it, you say, what a beautiful move that surprised me.
Don't
Never
give away
saw that
all
one
your...
coming.
Yeah, don't give away all
of
your...
my tricks.
Exactly. This is what makes you, Gary. Don't share it with everybody.
The inside scoop on play-by-play casters. They have no idea what they're talking about. They just say words quickly. Easy lane of barracks though for Infamous. And this next fight, it feels like it might just be the last one for Thunder Predator. Troll Warlord is very far out of the base. Slark starts it off. They've got a Blink Rush on the DP2. Might change on the secondary target. She exits them out. A BKB battle from Troll, focusing on the Angel Slark, but he's got Shadow Dance. He just pops into Invis, turns tail, and starts battle with the Troll. Is going and chasing the Viper, but he's buybacks available. Legion Commander does get the force out away from the Ghost. So the Will-O-Wisp holds the Nyx, and the DP in place with another 2-man. These crushes from that Port 5 Slaughter have been spot on. The Yules up, but GG's call. Game 1 goes to Infamous. The final duel to seal it all. A triple for Angel clears it all up.
I mean, the best part about this game, Gary, is the fact that we don't have to watch it anymore. We can go into the next game with no lag.
New server, please. Please, Gabe Newell. Please, Valve. New server for Game 2. Infamous.
That was rough for the teams.
It really was. I mean, you know, shout outs to them for sticking through it, playing on. You know, Thunder Predator are genuinely,
Infamous turn to ban. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
We have gotten official word, though, that we can remake if at the very beginning of the game it is clear that it's going to be laggy and we need to switch servers. Wasn't entirely clear if we were able to do that before for game one. Now we've got the ruling, so we should have a little more wiggle room. We are also no longer on Peru servers, which we're hoping will help. So let's jump into this draft as we kind of break down what happened last game and intertwine it with what we've got here.
I mean, I just thought it was great. I took my son and dropped him off at his first day of school. And I picked him up from his graduation of university. It's very convenient as a parent when games drag out like that. There's so many things I have to do. So thank you so much, Valve servers, for enabling my child to get his education.
Well, I'm glad things could work out that well for you, Trent.
Thanks.
A deathless Slark last game. Bowie, we were joking in between the lobbies there that when you're fighting the ping battle, what better hero to have than the Viper in the hands of Infamous?
Yeah, dude. I assume it was very tilting for Lil Style to play Death Prophet there, but I mean everyone had lag issues, so I think the ruling is fine. That said, I really feel like the Slark had a really good game overall. Infamous, the fact that mid ended up going so poorly for Thunder Predator meant that they just couldn't group up ever, and I mean, I'm not even sure if talking about that game actually means anything, because such a weird
throwaway, dude.
Infamous.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Infamous were gonna win that game. I mean, yes, of course, we saw signs of Thunder Predator making the comeback, which is a little bit unfortunate because maybe they could have performed better. But I do agree with the idea that the execution was kind of more important. Like there was a timer for Infamous, so
Yeah.
it's just impossible to judge either way. So it's very unfortunate, but we're just really gonna have to hope that we don't have to deal with that this time.
And Pacus was deathless that game. So even with lag, I mean, I don't think Slark is the easiest carry to play into the lag monster either. So
Well, he's not the easiest hero to click either in the lag monster. So
okay, yeah, I think it cuts both ways, I suppose. But still, going deathless, lag or not, don't want to take that away from him. That is still a pretty impressive performance there in game number one. So enough of that. Hopefully, we're done with those shenanigans. We got a Nyx Assassin, we got a Shadow Shaman, and now right back to the Mars. Really interesting to see how much these first two bans have varied throughout these first couple days here in week one. Now Tusk and Beastmaster entering that kind of priority.
Quite surprised that not only Infamous got Nyx, they got Mars, but Thunder Predator picked a Shaman into the Nyx. Yes, I mean Shaman does a lot, and I just feel like Nyx Assassin loves the squishy intelligence supports, and it might be a pretty hard game for him.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I wonder why they didn't go for like some of these other heroes we've heard of. Like the Rubik seems to be pretty good versus the Nyx in terms of if you want something like a Shadow Shaman, like a range support that early on, just because you can like telekinesis and then combo out of that to try and deny the Carapace.
It's weird, like I love playing Shadow Shaman in pubs, but every time I see it in a competitive game, it definitely doesn't feel that good. In that game though, they did have Shaman Grimstroke, I think, so you have a 4 and a 5 that are super squishy. I do like the Undying more here, because you do get that beefy boy, and you also have so many units doing damage. If we get lag in this game, I'm pretty sure we're gonna go to like negative FPS or something, because we're gonna have wards, we might have the Mars Aghanim Scepter with the soldiers, you have zombies, tons of units.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure Infamous are maybe thinking about the Phoenix to pair with that Mars, but hey, there's one more for Thunder Predator, right? You just go for all of these different units in the field, so it's chaos. You don't know what to click on. Do we kill the Tombstone? Do we kill these
10
wards?
seconds remaining.
We've seen it before.
Eggs.
I think it's
CK Eggs. Yeah.
I'm a little surprised they still ban the Nature's Prophet when they have the Mars. That's how much they value that pick versus the Undying in terms of like making that a rather useless hero. Because like no one wants to lane Mars and Undying, so I guess it makes sense because that's like the go-to hero that causes Mars to like need to have waves grab for him or something. But I mean, you have Nyx, so it's not that big of a deal. I feel like Nyx and Earth Spirit are probably the two best fours at doing it these days.
5 seconds.
Yeah, you did mention the Earth Spirit here. I guess you're probably not gonna see it because I'm assuming Nyx is a 4 here, and Shaman is the 4 on Thunder Predator. So that hero is showing a lot, but it looks like both teams here don't really value him that much.
Do you think Puck is too little damage if you go with it on the Mars? Like, with how Puck is built these days, like, is it fine having Mars and Puck on the same team? It's like a little redundant in some ways because like the arena and the coil don't have very good synergy. At the same time, though, the spear and the coil does have good synergy.
Yeah, and I feel like the damage might not be the greatest, but there's a lot of value on. I think we did talk about silence against heroes like Shadow Shaman, Witch Doctor. I wouldn't mind having Puck, especially when you already have the Nyx.
Yeah, you are into the Hex. Like you have one support with great lockdown and one support with no lockdown. So, the Mirana is also still in, who we've talked a lot about versus the Undying, but we've yet to really see core Mirana. So, probably not that likely.
I agree.
Jug was pretty good for Thunder Predator.
A dynamic of like Puck Mars, even if dropping the ults together isn't the most synergistic, it's nice to have multiple options in the team fight. It's often messy, right? It's not that clean 5v5 that you want. So I'm into it. I might be just biased because I like Puck in general, though.
Oh, it's just such a strong hero right now for sure.
Yeah.
Much like
anything mobile. A lot of position 1s still in this draft. I think that's what's standing out to me. Ricky's been removed. Now we get the Lycan and Ursa taken out, but pretty much pick of the litter when it comes to 1s. And that has not been the case in a lot of these drafts.
Yeah, it's very true.
They're taking their time here with this last ban.
What did you mention Snapfire earlier, actually, and that made me think, like, you know, there could be games for Snapfire still. Like Undying and Shadow Shaman, that's pretty tough.
Yeah, is she really that bad? Like, we haven't seen her play it at all. And I feel like the hero still has some options.
I don't feel like she's that bad. I was actually looking at my notes here because one of these two, I think it's actually Mr. Jeans. He does play mid Snapfire from time to time. So he actually had 2 games in pubs. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now Tide.
Considering
did you talk about Tide?
Dropped.
They do have that break though.
On the rise. True. Nyx, some good options against the Tide Hunter.
Yeah, it used to be seen as pretty unrealistic to even get a use of the break a lot of times, but with the shard, like, it's very possible.
Yeah.
I'm trying to predict here what's left in the pool that Infamous wants, where like Tide Hunter is a counter, because you know there's no Beastmaster, there's no Lycan. What else here, you know, makes Tide Hunter a good third pick in this game?
Usually saving supports, so like oracles and stuff. I always think of like people who don't have the greatest range, like the Ravage can kind of cover everything. I like Tide versus those heroes, but yeah, as you're saying, it's like nothing really screams we need Tide here. I guess because Centaur is not the best save versus Mars. And I'm always gonna talk about Centaur Shadow Shaman because I think that lane's good. But I really like the Jug for Thunder Predator. I thought for sure they were gonna go for it because it seemed
I like
nice
Jug
with their
against
lineup.
Tide.
Yeah.
Carry with ultimate and the spin that are pretty effective against Ravage. Great options there.
10 seconds remaining.
You have a good way to deal with the Tombstone since you can actually focus it while you're Blade Fury. Overall, the lane is fine for Jug. He doesn't really mind the Tide Hunter that much. Yeah, I feel like it's a pretty stable carry. We didn't see Jug that much, but I think it's a really good game for him.
Any reason to not go Troll?
Turn to pick.
Yep.
Because you want Viper.
Of course.
Thunder Predator learned their lesson. They're covering their bases. They're like, all right, we got 3 pretty good heroes into the lag monster, and now Tide, it might be harder to time, but you just got to press that one button. So, you know, we're in good shape here in case we have to fight the FPS war.
Depending on this next pick, I wonder if they might even go back for like
5
a
seconds remaining.
Sven. I know we only saw him once, but like if they go more into like the physical damage, I could see Tide and Viper actually making a decent enough home for a Sven still.
The team fight of Thunder Predator seems insanely strong. Yeah, you have the Jug, but when they drop wards, Tombstone and Nether Toxin, like it feels pretty awkward for Infamous to try here. You have heals from the Undying. Tidehunter's gonna have a lot of, unlike the Mars is gonna have a lot of defensive items.
The only hero he will pick into Viper, pretty willingly.
All right.
Yeah.
Good versus the Undying, good versus the Shadow Shaman. You always think about like Sniper and Pubs, I think is seen as a pretty common answer, like
10
to Shadow Shaman Undying, right? And Lena,
Yeah.
just the better version.
Great to follow up Mars, great to follow up Nyx. Obviously Laguna, really good for securing those kills. I like it.
Good
I dig.
for the Tombstone as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I really like Infamous Draft. I think they have a lot of red heroes. I mean, Thunder Predator does have 3 green heroes too, so
Turn to ban.
Oh yeah.
I do feel like, you know, match-wise, they're doing pretty similarly.
Thunder Predator just have very physically slow heroes. Like Shadow Shaman and Viper are 2 that I think of as particularly like painfully slow getting around the map.
10
And
seconds
Undying a little bit like that. I mean, not necessarily as slow, but you put that Tombstone down,
5
kind of want to
seconds
fight around that.
Didn't Excel used to play a lot of Disruptor?
Radiant team.
I think so.
Maybe I'm crazy.
Oh,
I
a
was-
Morphling ban.
Oh my
Dude,
god.
I've been
Liz.
talking about this guy for 5 games now, and finally, finally, he shows up for a final ban. I'm just glad to see that the hero's not completely forgotten about. We might actually get to see a Morphling picked in this league.
Is this an Ursa pick for Thunder Predator? The Venomancer Ben?
Oh yeah,
It definitely stands out. There's no doubt about that.
great against Jug.
Yeah, good versus Jug. Decent versus Mars Lane.
Team pick.
Roche as well, because they definitely... Oh.
There it is. They go back for the double bubble. Phoenix Mars.
Is Phoenix 5?
Disruptor is Excel's 5th most played hero, out of curiosity. He hasn't played in
Okay.
5 months though, but he's got almost a 60% win rate, 58.9. That's not bad. He's played like 73 pro matches on Disruptor.
You are against the Knicks, though.
No, I was talking about for
Oh.
Yeah,
oh,
for
okay,
Excel.
yeah, sorry.
yeah,
sorry.
I saw the Tide. I got excited, you know. Yeah.
Now, are you
Only
still
played 17
confident
games of Phoenix though? If this is
in
the 5
Ursa?
team.
Choose your hero.
Oh, the Drow. Man, we've mentioned this hero a couple times as well, but I believe this is the first Drow pick we've seen here in
Yeah.
SADPC Week 1.
Yeah. I like this.
MNZ.
And they give Excel the Nyx, right? Because they pick the Phoenix in the end, so they do the Phoenix Mars lane, and then they like Jug can just take anyone in his lane. It's like Troll.
So,
You can
yeah.
enable a lot of different position 5s.
5 Nyx. Wowzers.
5 Nyx and 5 Tusk are completely fine when you have a strong position 1 in the lane
Well,
stage.
what's the call, gents? 2-0, or are we going to game 3? Can Thunder Predator tie this one up?
Are we assuming this is a no lag game, or...
Yeah, we're on Brazil servers, so let's just assume the lag's been taken care of. All right, we've hopped over to the promised land.
I feel like Infamous Draft is better. I think their lanes are really good, and you know, Draw Ranger is kind of a hard to execute hero, so I think I'm gonna go with Infamous.
Do they have enough to
they-
get to the Drow?
It's a tough one.
Phoenix.
I do like the team fight of Mars Phoenix. It's like versus Ravage, sure, but I don't know. It feels almost easier to execute unless Frank can wants to go for like high mobility. A lot of it depends on Leo Styles' game. I think on the Viper, I think he's like clearly the one who's make stuff happen, and that's the thing that worries me, I guess. So I'll go for Infamous too, I suppose. But Leo Style has a pop off for Thunder Predator to win this game. I want to see that early Viper aggression.
Let's see if Viper can do it again. The hero of the series so far. Now over to GB and 1437. Gentlemen, we're praying for the packets this time. Please don't lose them. We're trusting you with the packets.
Yes, Keith.
Trusting us with the packets. Theban, have you got them?
I think I got him. It looks like I got him.
Very good. So yeah, we have moved servers, looking like we're sitting pretty sweet, and the admins have said they've received response that they can remake the games if we do have any more lag issues. The trouble with that, though, is when you have a 5-man smoke hunting for first blood, can make things a little bit awkward. Radiant team come in all the way across through the mid lane. A nice conga line of heroes. We're gonna get a ward down, maybe find Phoenix.
Michael.
Walks up the staircase into the waiting Radiant heroes who annihilate him before he can even level up a spell.
Smart move. I mean, the Phoenix didn't want to skill up Icarus dive and throw the lane, right? So he actually just died because he's like, okay, if I don't get fire spirits for the lane stage, we lose the lane anyway. Just
Wise
dying for it.
decision.
Wise decision indeed. Just give away that gold. It's not like the Viper got it anyway in the end.
Yeah, and look at the two Radiant observers they get down. Very similar position. Both watching bot rune spot.
Yeah.
The battle begins.
So it's gonna be another Nyx position 5 this game, Gary. Or not another Nyx position, but another melee position 5. Nyx assassin this time around. I hope their lane goes as well as it did in game 1 with their slaughter, because they're gonna need that. The Juggernaut has to pop off. So does Lina in this kind of game. I mean, it's all on the Jug, right? To be able to like deal with this Tidehunter, deal with the Viper, because the other heroes are gonna have a much more difficult time killing those heroes off.
Try and handle them as best they can. And then in that mid lane, Leo style is the Viper now. He got the receiving end and the DP in game 1. Going to be up against a Lina in the mid lane. How does that actually go with this Viper?
It should be pretty good for the Viper here. But
That wasn't too.
getting some 2 clutch denies off on the first wave, that's going to stop the Viper from hitting level 2 and just diving the Lina.
Dire's
He does take like 50% of his HP from standing in Nether Toxin, but seems worth it as top lane. Nice double stun from A. Actually, both of the heroes, they gave him a bit of a chase down. Nothing comes up though. And Nyx Assassin, one of those heroes with pretty substantial early regen, has a buckler to try and deal with any physical right clicks coming from Shadow Shaman as well. Mariano, frost arrows, slowing him down on the walk back. Good decay as well.
This is where we're going to see most of the action, I believe. It's a very hard lane for the Phoenix and the Mars, fighting into the Undying. 2 strength heroes. Mars doesn't really have any, DPS or something you can put onto the Undying, help the Phoenix with. Has to commit these big spears or God's Rebuke onto the Undying, which is not comfortable for him. And that's like so difficult for the lane. Later on though, Mars is quite good against the Jaw Ranger.
Right now you have no way to really get on top of her, and that range advantage she has, of course, always going to be good against these melee offlaners. But once you get your blink, you'll be pretty happy. We saw in that top lane, this Shaman with Ether Shock level 1 has been doing a pretty good job harassing back both Jug and Nyx, and you can see that reflected in the CS of Frank versus Angel. 8-1 for the Tide. Juggernaut trying to catch up little by little. Every time I look at that bottom lane, something's happening. Like Mars just speared the Undying back. While mid lane seems like a pretty boring farm trade between Lina and Viper for now.
Yeah, but let's get the wave on this hill though, so this is where Lina is going to feel a little bit uncomfortable and just has to get what she can.
Now Michael Phoenix tracked back by the Undying. And yeah, Viper just throwing Nether Toxins around. We're going on the Mars again, chipping away at him, force him out away from that creep wave. Early level in Bulwark as well means that he doesn't have that spear plus God Rebuke like you were mentioning to actually have a bit of burst damage in them. Gonna need that passive against the Drow, of course.
So far so good for our Lina in this game too. Viper's already out of mana, waiting for the bottle. So I think Lina's gonna have a decent game, that's for sure. It's not gonna be like the last game with the DP versus Viper matchup at all.
Yeah, there's no souls happening already.
Ooh, top boost.
Spun down. Angel there, even without his Nyx Assassin. That's a 1v2 lane setup. Nyx was pulling back that camp. And Juggernaut, he gets his boots delivered and realizes he can just outrun the Shadow Shaman and spin him down.
Smart decision on his end, not going for some stat items first, just to boots, so that he has some kill potential in this lane.
Oh, assault at bottom, and with the multi-shot, they find the Mars on his way back.
Deadly lane, man. Draw Rangers are dying. I mean, Mars has 13 last hit, which is already quite impressive, but now that he's died, it's a lot of gold going the way of the Draw Ranger.
Yeah, moving. He's been standing in that position near the entrance to the river for the entire laning phase, pretty much. Just waiting for Mars to arrive to give him a good old decay.
Michael also tries to go to the bottom rune, maybe get that away from the Viper, but this rune spawn top. I mean, he already feels useless on this Phoenix.
Yeah, it's not been great for him. It is before the bottle arrives though, so Leo Style wasn't able to refill. At least a small victory there for the Dire. Thunder Predator still trying to edge an advantage in that top spot. They were running across to the Nyx to stop him from pulling and have control of this wave, and a lot of damage onto Angel. Shadow Shaman, does he get in range for the final touch? It's long.
Got him.
Got him. Juggernaut thought he could stick around it there, but against level 2 Anchor Smash and Shadow Shaman damage.
This Jug is actually not having a good lane apart from that kill got him, the Shaman. I mean, I guess that goes without saying, considering his position 5 is a Nyx assassin. Damn pesky bottom heroes.
Oh, bottom runes. Undying. He has come in here and stolen 2 of them. You know, make him pay. But this is a pretty lengthy rotation. He's popping stick, he's turning the decays, he's got a fairy fire if he really wants to buy even, yeah, he does, buy even more time, dragging these heroes all the way to their tier 3.
And no refill for the Lina either. I mean, that's a pretty big win. Like, getting 2 bounty runes away from your opponent for 1 death on a position 5 and dying. Yeah, we take those, Scary. We take those.
Oh, value. Super value. That also means that Drow Ranger left alone in a 1v1 against Mars, while Phoenix has to TP mid to refill that Lina's bottle.
And now this next power rune, that's a big deal. Middle. We're going to see some action, maybe.
Oh,
The rune is top.
Shadow Shaman has it all locked up. Nyx Assassin doesn't have mana for a stun, so he just grabs the regen, runs around. I don't think Moose realized the Nyx is out of mana there. He probably could have just run southwards.
Oh man, yeah, he had no idea. He didn't click on him. He could have just ran up the hill and ran away.
Well, Nyx just using his body. The threat of the stun, even if he doesn't have mana for it. Worth every cent. And he'll come back up top as well, as Tidehunter is starting to really become a nuisance.
The longer this lane goes, the harder it becomes for the Juggernaut. Honestly, his Omnislash can kill Tide, but that's like really late into the game. At this point, if you don't shut the Tidehunter down on the earlier levels, then you're not gonna have enough momentum with your Jug to kill him when you're 6. Like, this Tide is actually just unkillable at this point in the game. You would have to bring the Mars up here to kill him with level 6.
Yeah. Do you think it changes the item plan of the Juggernaut at all? Like, depending how this lane has gone? You know, if it had gone better, would he have Battle Fury queued up instead of this Manta style?
Maybe. Really not sure if Manta's even the right choice in this game. Like, does that help you fight? Does it help you do more damage? It probably doesn't. Nor does it help you farm. So, I don't know. This Juggernaut, if he goes Manta first, I think he's going to have very low net worth in this game.
So might see a Maelstrom or something.
That. Yeah, he needs something like that.
Some accelerant, some steroid.
Maelstrom, Mask of Madness, Battle Fury, one of those 3 items.
Oh, smoke pops bottom. Drow's Courier. It just about gets over the trees, and that smoke doesn't allow them to collapse on the bottom lane as they would have wanted to. And it's pretty good by Mariano's Mars. He actually dragged them pretty far up the lane. As mid, Viper's hasted. That is a carapace on the Nyx Assassin and a very swift TP home, allowing the dive and the Lina to come in and stun Leo Style. The Laguna Blade into the raindrops, the Magic Wand and Bottle Charges allow the Viper to actually turn and fight. Phoenix doesn't have dive anymore, but it seems Leo Style is respecting this Lina with her magic damage output.
Smart decision on his end.
Mariano really wants the Drow just about. Pixel perfect catch with onto the Drow with a spin. The Juggernaut has made the rotation and Undying. He'll try his damnedest to stay alive here. Maybe pop a stick, get another decay, but Mars and Juggernaut, they came down to clear up kills. Tide thinking about a Ravage onto the Jug. Angels backed up though by that Axel Nyx Assassin.
Very good rotation from the Juggernaut as soon as the Mars hit 6, just making the play onto the Jaw Ranger, getting the kill on the carry. And now that the Titan and TP bottom, they don't really have anybody pushing top, and that means Drow is gonna have to TP top lane. This actually gives a small window for Infamous to try and make a smoke and kill this Drow. Like, this is the kind of information that you see from tier 1 teams, you know? You see the Tide TP bottom, they will already predict the Drow to TP top, they will already preemptively smoke and get there, surprise the Jaw Ranger, get another kill on her. Back to back. We see Alina moving top, but there's not enough heroes. Yeah.
This is where they would have needed a smoke. Radiant
Exactly.
Observer Ward sees them coming. Like Phoenix spotted, Lina spotted, and they've got Shadow Shaman and Undying ready here to bolster the defense of the Drow in the top lane. Michael. Oh, shackled mid-dive. That multi-shot level 3 doing tremendous damage.
I would have loved to have seen a smoke from Nyx, Lina, and Phoenix. Get the hunt on that Jaw Ranger, like we said. In the next level plays.
Yeah, they could still do it. And Drow Ranger's going to maybe push one wave here, then farm back through the neutrals. So they've got that Dire Observer Ward in the Radiant Triangle that does spot that kind of move. But I guess when you bring both supports top, it's less of a I'll fall back and farm jungle, and I'm going to hit this tower. I'm just going to try and take this objective little by little. And then Tide puts his big body in front of the tier 1 bot to defend it. He is being converged on though by 3 infamous heroes. Arena from Mars, but misses the spear. And Tidehunter just runs around in circles. TP's coming in now from the Radiant. Thunder Predator want to catch the Nyx Assassin, drop the Tombstone. Frank doesn't want to Ravage though, and that Carapace TP will get Axel out of there. No casualties.
I would have taken it. Yeah, just assert your dominance, you know?
They're straight up top lane. Angel's spinning towards the Drow, dodging away from Gust, but she's fast enough, and they'll just focus moves instead. Angel now on a killing spree with this Juggernaut.
Yeah, man. Assert your dominance. Get that Ravage out, you know? Get your kill. Take this bottom tower. Because let's see when he will use his Ravage next. I really don't see him using it like in the next 2 minutes. Right now, he doesn't even have mana to use Ravage anymore.
He doesn't. I'm just going to say, just level 1 mana burn screws him up. And there's the use of this ward in that triangle, realizing Drow is still up top lane. Supernova high ground with a spin and the Mars God's Rebuke Spear. Mariano clears up the Drow Ranger, so they do finally make that sweeping move up top.
Good kill. Very good kill. Drow is always going to be the best target for you if you're Infamous.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Viper rotating bottom. Couldn't really push mid fast enough. Gonna at least take this tier 1 tower.
Mr. Gene's gonna get a haste rune on that Lina though. Hand over a couple of bottle charges to his mates. And this Mars Arena. Oh, Axel dying very quickly there to the Viper Tide and Undying, but it's the mid lane that I was looking towards, where a Shackle has caught up Michael. He dives out with a multi-shot. Lina hasting away from the Viper strike, so Mr. Genes scurries back to his side of the river.
Costly use of the Serpent Wards as well, not netting moves a kill at all.
Radiant's top tower.
They're gonna try to make a play onto the mid tower now. They still don't have mana on the Tide. Okay, he's got a little bit. Oh, there we go. Moves. Thank you.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Gray Arena again.
Arena.
Zones them out. You saw Thunder Predator really wanted to fight there. Like, they brought Tide, they want to Ravage, like they're running into this tier 1. Zoning Arena, godlike stuff from Mariano. It's funny, because I was about to say he's used Arena, what, one spot, once top, and they've been, you know, very well timed, very well placed, catching key targets. Give him the benefit of the doubt.
That last one was not so good. That last one pretty much conceded the mid tower. Because now they don't have the Arena to be able to combo it up with his teammates.
Yeah, I guess they didn't have Supernova. It's coming off cooldown now. But regardless, you're right. That objective still in the hands of Thunder Predator, forcing a smoke out of Infamous.
I hate to say it, but he still hasn't used that Ravage. You know, should have settled for the little bug earlier.
A kill's a kill.
A kill's a kill, man.
It's like when you're Enigma, you hit 6, you come out of the jungle. Oh, hang on a second, because they've come into the triangle again. Luckily, though, the Drow Ranger has walked far enough away, giving the Undying as a sacrifice to the Infamous gods.
Very fortunate. This Drow cannot afford to die for the 3rd time already. She's already starting to fall behind big time to this Juggernaut.
Oh, he is racing ahead, isn't he?
He is. I mean, he's made a lot of good moves. He has 4 kills, right? His build, it doesn't really farm that fast, but at least he's able to just play with his teammates.
Oh, butt-clenching moment for the Tide. Lina TP's in, Mars comes across, Light Striker Ray and Spear, both very close. But Frank is fine. Frank is
got a hood too. I wonder if he would have died, even if he got caught out there, just with those 2 guys.
No, there was another one. I think Phoenix was there too. There were like 3 heroes on his back.
Yeah, Sunray is painful for the Tidehunter.
Still wanting to go on him.
He's doing a really good job on Frank. Like, just sitting middle, making sure that the lane doesn't get pushed into the tower and just protecting this tier 1. That just naturally gives so much space to his other cores.
Yeah, he's carrying this pirate flag around, waving it in the faces of Infamous. Come and look at me.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Deal with the Tide. That's
an item from like 2011 or something. 2012.
It's one of the OG items, yeah.
Yeah.
Pirate
I remember
sailors,
that.
black flag. It's like the you know, the dinosaur skull hat that you got on Tide as well. The good old days.
Dire.
But yeah, it's not just space for the cause here for Thunder Predator, right? Like Moose, he's had a lot of room on his bottom lane, but he's been found by a lot of spells. Infamous, pop the Supernova, TP's arriving, but the Tombstone well placed. Undying wanting to give chase onto Mr. Jeans and Angel, but the cores are out of there. While Axel's Nixia, he's gushed and slapped. Phoenix TPing home successfully as well. That's a long TP.
Oh, wow.
Where was he going?
I think he TP'd to an outpost, or tier 2 or something.
Top tier 2, he pinged it.
Okay. That was a long... No, I think he TP'd to the outpost, because nobody else TP'd on the tier 2 top, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it must have been the outpost. He misclicked. He was like, oh, I was trying to TP on the tier 2. Damn it, I clicked the wrong... Hate it when that happens.
They are very close together. Especially if you're clicking on minimap. Quite easily TP to that outpost, and that cost him his life. Should have been away there, scot-free.
2 kills, and they defend the tier 1 bottom. Tide still has Ravage, so I think Thunder Predators could do something with this. They don't have the Tombstone for another 30, and the Flesh Golem is 70. Okay, alright, here we go. They're smoking. Viper feels good. He wants to fight.
Viper feels good. If he feels good, it is good. Phoenix, my man, Michael under a ward. They want the Juggernaut though, don't they? Nick's assassin those scouts.
Oh.
Haha.
That hurts.
See you all. There's lots of wards and sentries all around this triangle area now. So plenty of vision for both teams to see what is lurking in the shadows. They don't know exactly where Drow is, but they've seen her come across here with that kind of transitional ward.
She's still farming. So this position from Radiant side is quite beneficial for them. The Juggernaut not able to access his Ancients, and Drow Ranger still farming it up.
Just keep her going.
I guess he had to buy the Manta just for the sounds of the Jaw Ranger. Like, that's a pretty annoying spell to deal with as a Jug.
Yeah, maybe so.
Oh no, Tide. Oh, he's got Phase Boost. Okay.
Great arena though. As a Ravage to turn it around. Frank battles with Mariano as inside the Roche pit. The Supernova is still going. Frank is stuck inside the Serpent Walls. He's got Phase Boost, but he's barely got out now as Leo style being burned by the Sunray. Michael destroys him while Angel is in the middle of 4 heroes and Omni slashing on about 100 HP. So they're just going to turn and whack him. Angel's Juggernaut shredded by the rest of Thunder Predator because Infamous, they went in, but they didn't fully commit.
They did not, and they were afraid of the Ravage. That's why they started to like run out a bit. I thought that was going to be a horrible fight for Thunder Predator because both the Tide and the Viper were stuck inside the Serpent Wards of his teammates. So, but in the end, working out for them. Juggernaut spent the Omni Slash. They used the Egg, the Arena. I mean, they can do more than just take this Roche right now. A lot of spells are on cooldown.
They saw Lina. Low HP, low mana. Oh, that's not deep enough in the trees. Moose. Oh no, I thought he...
Oh, he doesn't see. No, he did not see him.
So close to disaster for the Lina.
Definitely. The Drow would have been able to get there on time and get that multi-shot off from far range.
Who they found middle lane? Leostyle and Frank are lurking. Carapace immediately from the Nyx Assassin, though. And without their Shadow Shaman, it is difficult to initiate on the Juggernaut.
Bottom tower is under attack.
He will be headed
Has he
back.
changed his mind? Yeah.
The Jug, yeah.
He was going for a Diffusal Blade. He bought that Blade of Alacrity, and now he's like switching back into the Maelstrom. He's like, all right, I'm not farming fast enough to carry this game.
Radiant's bottom
So
tower has fallen.
He needs more
got
power.
that Maelstrom.
Top tower
Yeah,
is
he
under
really
attack.
does. I mean, now that Drow has overtaken him, and his net worth doesn't even look that good, considering he does have 4 kills and has
Dire's top
taken a
tower
few
is under
towers.
attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified.
A bit of mirror movement, though. Infamous dodging out from that top lane fight.
Dire's
Trying to push bottom tier 2, but their creep wave is pretty distant. And Angel hesitating and thinking about whether or not he should cut that wave. Radiant, they ping it, but they don't bring anyone down there.
top tower is under attack.
What's really nice about Thunder Predator's draft as well right now is they got the Drow with the Viper on their team. So that Viper is getting a pretty nice boost from the marksmanship aura, especially later on once the Drow is level 18 and has a couple more agility items. Viper's going to be hitting like a truck as well.
Yeah, give me that agi.
Also tanky. Like, let's not forget how much armor the marksmanship can also give to your range heroes thanks to the agility. They have to, Infamous have to kill the Drow first and the Shaman.
And that's going to be down to this Nyx, the Mars.
Dire's top
Try and find that
tower is
jump.
under attack.
But it's the initiation from Thunder Predator onto the Lina, forcing the arena. They'll catch the Viper up against the side with a spear, and the Omni Slash slicing moves with a Laguna Blade. Mr. Jeans clears him up, and BKB's to run back out. And a TP spin from Angel. That's going to get him safe and sound back to Fountain, while Phoenix dives down to the bottom right-hand corner of the map, but there is a zombie chasing him. Oh, but no one followed the zombie.
That was actually such a good in and out play from Infamous there. Just jump in, go on the Shaman, bait some skills out, run away before they can do anything. And Juggernaut back to farming. I mean, he dropped the Omni Slash, now he's just gonna farm until his next Omni Slash is up again.
The life of the Jug.
Trying to delay the game. Yep.
So there's
What do
definitely
you think of
window.
the Phoenix Meteor Hammer here, Gary? Is that a good item?
Well, I guess my I'm gonna. I don't know. I was gonna answer your question with a question, then I realized that would make me an asshole, so I'm not gonna do that. I like it. He takes the tier 1 mid. It's paid for itself. He's done.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that wasn't so bad. I was thinking he needed like a Yules this game against the Draw Rangers Silence and then also the Shadow Shaman Shackles. Like, you need more heroes to be able to cancel those spells out too.
Yeah, I guess it allows him to, play the wave cutting split push game a little nicer with Dive and Meteor Hammer if you want to try and delay the game.
Is under attack.
Maybe trade out towers.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
See if you can do any flashy things with it. Paired up with the Nyx Assassin, you could get some nice chain stuns. Lina, Nyx, and Phoenix with a Meteor Hammer
Is under attack.
could all make nice ganking pairings.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah.
But the high
The High on bottom. Yeah, leading with the Tidehunter Ravage and the pipe on him too. They're not ready for this on Infamous side. Goodbye, Nyx.
Jeez Louise. Buy back straight away.
Radiant's
Aegis still on the Tidehunter here as Frank plonks himself on that tier. No! Stop trapping Frank in the Serpent Wards.
Oh, Moose.
Dire's bottom tower
He's doing it
His
on
words have
purpose at
been
this point.
a bit questionable.
And they'll clear out the Serpent Wards anyway. Frank feels like he's kind of itching to die. Come on, pop my
He's
Aegis.
got the Aegis. Yeah. Not a hero you typically see Aegis on. Tidehunter.
He is the only frontline hero here, though, for Thunder Predator, right? So going up high ground, it makes a little bit of sense. I think with first Aegis, it's probably the only one that it makes sense with, because they can like attempt to poke at high ground, just wander Frank into the middle of anyone. Second Aegis, you need that on the Drow Ranger.
Definitely. I mean, they're also probably thinking about the Nyx Assassin with using the Vendetta to break the Kraken shell and then bursting him, so they don't get the Ravage off maybe. So try and counteract that. Decides to pick up the Aegis and still frontline. Without the fear of dying.
I mean, look at him. He doesn't have Aegis anymore, and he's still walking forward into them. He saw the Nyx and the Jug, so he knows they're all in that area.
I do think he needs to change his item build, though. I'm not so sure about the Solar Crest against a Nyx Assassin who's constantly mana burning you. There might be a fight where you just don't have enough wand charges and can't Ravage.
So you're saying you should get a Bloodstone, yeah?
Yeah, yes, Gary. That's exactly what I was getting to. Bloodstone Tidehunter.
Well, I can't read your mind. What do you want? Shiva's Guard?
No, that's worse, I think.
6 Sages Masks?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. I'm sure you can think of it.
Okay, BKB Drow's gonna neuter the initiation of that Mars Arena. Tombstone's also sitting at like half HP, but you're right. The DD on Viper allows them to very swiftly take down the barracks. And Infamous, they're 5 heroes here ready to defend without a defense to mount. They will move out of their base though. Tide's gonna pop this smoke immediately. Frank Ravages. It's a big one as well. In with the decays. The Supernova is arriving. Decent placement there, but down goes Mr. Jeans. Lena's already annihilated, and Thunder Predator not losing a single soul. Frank has survived the initial burst. Mariano standing his ground, but the Mars, he's down. Juggernaut and Phoenix, they very quickly get the fuck out of there.
Oh man, that play going to high ground, like if you don't D-ward right away, you had no business running up that hill.
There's nothing that can
That word
spin TP.
true value. No, they don't. They can try to kill him during the spin TP with the Drow and the Viper, maybe. But he's got to be careful of the Shadow Shaman. Like the Shaman can hex you from the fog, and once you're pretty much just dead on the Jug.
It's gonna be a Shaman with BKB soon.
Yeah.
Lethal Lens is tranquil. BKB is a recipe out.
Honestly, I would have
Suddenly.
rather seen him buy a Blink Dagger in this game. Just because there's so many heroes who are constantly cutting waves and pushing stuff out. He's
Sniping
playing for
couriers.
the 5-man run down a lane build instead.
That's exactly what Thunder Predator are doing. Tier 3 in that mid lane now, almost dead.
Juggernaut's
But
getting a
creep
lot of
waves-
farm though.
He is cutting like a madman. Spin TP. Shadow Shaman can't counteract that. They need to defend their waves if they want to keep the push going, but it might be time to think about that next Roshan, because he's alive in 15 seconds.
This is it. This next rush, it's everything for Infamous. Like, this is a perfect time to take a team fight with Omni Slash and Mjolnir. If you can get a kill on anyone, really, would allow Infamous to win the battle. They gotta get the initiation first on Infamous side.
It's an Invis Viper. So Ty's the only target that can go on. Frank is broken and destroyed.
Yep,
There is a
Roshan's
buyback
up.
on Tide though. So with Roshan up, it looks like probably Tide has to buy back here to come and defend. But they don't go in the pit.
Oh, they want Viper.
They go hunting for more kills. Viper has to BKB. Supernova and the damage. Right click straight through him.
That's what it is, man. The Juggernaut hit some really insane timings after just being allowed to sweep for so long. Shadow Shaman without a Blink Dagger, no real catch on the Radiant side. Now they're gonna get Aegis and the cheese. This game is looking Infamous now, like really looking Infamous.
I love seeing like position 5 players send their courier into the Roche pit. It's like hurling a cat into the sun. Just go in there. Let's see what you can find.
Wait, what is that? Where's that even from? Hurling a cat into the sun?
I mean, he had a cat.
Middle tower
Is that an actual
Oh,
saying?
the cat. Oh, I don't know. That's what I was asking you.
Right, it is one now.
Okay.
Sending your courier to scout Roshan is hurling a cat into the sun. So it's all coming up Infamous now, yeah? Eight cheesed.
It is. I mean, this jug is getting enormous. He just had a Mjolnir, and he's about to finish an Aghanim's. Like, what?
That's a cool
That Blade of
shift.
Alacrity. Yeah, the Blade of Alacrity was going to build into a blade, not going to become an Ags, and he's going to have a lot of damage output with that quick slash.
He planned it all along. Oh, that Nyx. Oh. Would have been great if his team was just a little bit closer. Ranger all the way wide open.
Radiant are scanning.
And they're still got to keep maintaining that bottom lane though. Drow Ranger's done a great job shoving it up back to where the tier 3 used to be.
There's a smoke. All right, Thunder Predator. They want to make the first move. I think they need to. If Infamous ever get the first jump, I think Thunder Predator pretty much always lose the fight.
Radiant's
And this is all,
tower
like something we didn't mention. This is one of those games where Undyne doesn't have that much impact because he's playing against Lina and Juggernaut, who are incredibly good heroes at dealing with the Tombstone. High attack speed.
And he's got to get those high ground
Get away.
tombstones.
Yeah, you gotta get the high ground Tombstone, but even then, like Infamous heroes are not that slow.
I'll take top outpost for now. And the fact that bottom tier 2 still standing, a bit of a thorn in the side of Infamous, but they still do grab the outpost. Both teams getting that XP bonus at 30 minutes in, and a dead even game in terms of metrics, net worth, kills, experience, all very similar between the two sides.
Yeah.
But the way that Thunder Predator are very heavily grouping up around the Drow, knowing that MNZ's life is everything in this game, while Infamous free just to split the map.
He has no fear on this jug. There's no dagger on the shaman. He knows there's no way they're gonna catch him off guard. He can always just spin TP if any other hero shows up, and that's a huge problem for Thunder Predator. I think they're way too static in the way that they're playing, overconfident in their abilities to just like
Radiant's
BS5 and just
bottom tower is under attack.
walk up a high ground and end the game. That being said though, if they can somehow get a good initiation and get a kill or two, their high ground is insanely good.
Oh,
There it
Phoenix.
is.
Under attack.
Wanted that creep wave far too badly. Buyback available.
Doesn't have use to remove the silence.
True.
I like the shot they pick up from Drow. This allows them to have a little bit more catch now, and they needed it.
And get her a bit closer to that Lina as
Oh
well.
no.
Don't stop it.
No, Gary.
No, don't say it.
What's a sonido? What is that?
Translate.google.com.
Just a moment. Bathroom, like something
Sound.
like that.
Sound.
Okay. All right.
We probably could have tried to guess that instead of Google translating it.
Probably.
Yeah, probably a TeamSpeak or Discord issue, I'd assume.
Yeah.
So with the ease at which the Radiant team got the bottom high ground, with I guess with Aegis on the tide definitely helped out. They can't really go up and do it again without fighting and forcing Infamous out of their base. So do you think Infamous can just wait for Thunder Predator to get to them, or are like Shadow Shaman wards a bit too hectic to deal with?
They could probably wait, because then if they wait, the Mars could get like a really good spear back onto the tower or the racks and force Thunder Predators to walk further in, and then you get that nice juicy Omni Slash that hits everybody. I don't think you really need to take the fight outside the base, but whatever gives Infamous the element of surprise, like that's what matters. I think they need to get the jump, and if they want to kill the Tide, which they can do, they just need to like get the Nyx on top of him, break him with the Vendetta, and then burst him with the stuns. Because without Kraken Shell, Tide is just a flimsy old watermelon.
Yeah. Turns into
So
a flimsy little cucumber. He's not a big juicy watermelon anymore.
Wait, how does a watermelon become a cucumber?
I mean, a cucumber is just like the bad parts of a watermelon.
Is it?
That's how
No, it's
cucumber
not.
tastes. Cucumber tastes like the green part of watermelon.
No, the green part of watermelon is awful. Cucumbers are actually
No,
nice.
you're wrong. Cucumbers are awful. They are. They are the devil's vegetable. They
All right, our friendship ends right here.
I'm not even kidding. I can't stand cucumbers.
We need a new caster.
We need to swap someone out. Is it me or him?
Saying cucumber. I mean, cucumbers are so like. Have you ever had cucumber water? Like.
Yeah, I hate it.
It's so refreshing.
And disgusting.
Okay, I won't lie to you. All right, I'm not a big, advocate of cucumbers. I don't really like it that much, but my wife, she likes all the healthy stuff, and I have to eat it, and I have to pretend like I like it. So just bear with me here, okay?
That's like saying you like the taste of medicine. Nobody likes.
Okay, it's not that bad.
Medicine.
Definitely not that bad. Definitely not that bad.
Oh, hi. Oh. Zyori has just asked me if I don't like cucumbers, and the answer is a resounding no. I hate cucumbers. I watched. I don't know if chat can still hear you, but Zyori said that cucumber is his favorite vegetable and his favorite snack, and sometimes he'll just gobble one down without a second thought. And I've seen him do it on stream. With soy sauce, sorry. I tuned into your stream the other day. It must have been like a week ago, and I saw you eating a cucumber, and I actually had to tune out because that's how much I hate cucumbers.
Well, you know what, Gary? We know who's getting replaced, buddy.
Oh, it's me.
It's 2 versus 1 here.
Trent, both. Cucumbers. Anyway, if Lacoste was here, he'd agree with me. God damn it! Where's my Lacoste, the cucumber hating gang? Hey, production, can chat hear the panelists? I'm going to take that as a no. The entire panel is agreeing with me and saying that cucumbers are awful.
Happening, guys. I mean, you can
What do you mean that's
believe
not
Gary.
What Bowie and Zyori just said that cucumbers are the worst.
They literally said they love cucumbers, and it's so refreshing
God
and
damn
delicious.
It.
Okay.
Trent, please, somebody. Cucumber martini.
All right, they're unmuted. Let it go.
guys.
Tell them the truth.
Cucumber
it's
is really freaking
In time
good.
for the go.
Don't listen
Good
to
luck.
Gary. Okay,
I was wondering if production was saying they're muting me. Like they're just gonna mute me for the rest of the broadcast because I hate cucumbers. Ah, Theban, where are we?
We were at Thunder Predators possibly banging their heads into the infamous wall, but they decided not to during that pause. They're like, it doesn't sound like a good idea. And they backed off, and they made a really good decision because they have an Aegis still on Infamous side, and this Juggernaut is mad strong. Rip.
Oh my god. Okay, that was Swift Slash. I thought he'd just spent up slash on it, but yeah. I get himself to Juggernaut. Good little move.
Going for a basher next.
I guess the Abyssal Blade's going to give you that extra gap close against Drow, which you could maybe struggle with. But this game really has felt like it's turned on its head. The first 30 minutes or so, it was like Radiant team on the dire side of the map, pressuring, pushing, farming, Drow Ranger accelerating. And this Juggernaut, he didn't struggle with the Manta build. He's done really well.
So the reason for this is because Thunder Predator, although they were on the opponent's side of the map, they didn't really stop the Juggernaut from farming. Right? It doesn't matter if you're controlling your opponent's map if the enemy carry is still farming at a farm rate. So the way that you stop this from happening is you gotta go to where the Jug is, constantly keep kicking him out, and buy the items that actually threaten him, aka Blink Dagger, Shadow Shaman.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Blink Dagger,
So-
Shadow Shaman.
Here it is. Oh, Nyx breaks another smoke. God
Great
gave
stuff. He sees them all. Aegis does get reclaimed. Hex immediately with a Ravage, but the spin away. So it's
And
a
a
Ravage
two?
for a Nyx.
Doesn't it?
I think they're happy with that. That Ravage for the Nyx and the Tombstone getting dropped.
Should we just rewind, what, 25 minutes where Tide had the opportunity to solo Ravage a Nyx? Well, he's taken an opportunity now. He kills him.
Making a smoke now. They want to fight. They know there's no Ravage. They know Thunder Predator on the defensive. No Omni Slash either. Goodbye, Victorinos.
Oh, jeez. Leo style, see your buddy now with this absolute multitude of damage on the Juggernaut. Clearing through yet another one while Tidehunter tries to TP home, but the Sunray burning through him, and it's a double kill for Mr. Jeans. Where does this all come from?
Telling you, man, look at the confidence and how Angel is just running in there, just no hesitation whatsoever. Like, this man is in the zone right now. He knows he has this game in the bag, and he's just like doing all the correct plays to make it possible and leading the way for his team. 3 kills. Now the goal lead in favor of Infamous. They're gonna try to play the map out until the next Roshan, most likely. Still got 80 more seconds for that Ravage to be back up.
Plenty of time.
Yep.
Now Phoenix getting tons of farm. Wait a second. Moose's courier dies with a gem.
Oh boy. MNZ's also trying to make a play on the Nyx, by the way. If it might see a kill there in like a second or so.
Oh,
Or at least an
Undying.
attempt.
Undying now gets the gem. So 2 couriers sent out for a extraction mission. Get the gem back.
Alright, not bad. At least they get that back. Whew. That would have been a disaster.
But like you said, they do manage to keep that bottom lane out. Drow Ranger sent packing back up to top. Radiant Triangle invaded by Infamous and scanned up. So Thunder Predator know they're in the vicinity.
Whew, it's got to the point in the game now, Gary, where the Juggernaut is not the only threat. Look at Alina. She's loaded on damage and going for an AC next as well. That's going to be nice, especially against the Jaw Ranger, because you're giving some extra plus armor. The Jaw Ranger's marksmanship pierces armor, so it's going to give a little bit more defensive capabilities as well.
Nice bit of offense and defense. Always nice to balance it. Do we
Juggernaut.
see... I was just gonna say, do we see Thunder Predator smoke and try and make a move? Because it looks like they are just waiting high ground and hoping for a slip up of Infamous.
Yeah, I mean, even if they do smoke, they're also still hoping for a slip up from Infamous. They don't have any initiation tools. No Blink Dagger on Tide either. Oh, now he has one. Okay. Never mind. He just got it off the courier. Blink Dagger Tide.
Gem
That's
Blink.
dope.
It is time. But Frank shows himself in the mid lane. They know that he's got Blink and Gem, and Nyx pops another smoke. Perfect placement with a stun. Not coming, but they've got a 3-man arena. Ravage comes into the back onto the Lina. Mr. Gene's caught up inside it as the Nether Toxin is shredding through Mariano. They found it, and a Supernova, okay, stuns the Undying, but that's not the biggest target to get as he drops a high ground tombstone, and Viper and Shadow Shaman both retreating, but the DD Lina hexed up. Mr. Genes, he can't do the job. Now the Juggernaut Omni Slash in with a Swift Slash and the proper
run the
ulti, but he
creeps.
kills a creep wave. Has to sprint away. Nyx brought back, but this reinitiation from the Radiant team, Thunder Predator making it work wonders.
Wow, that Shaman, Undying, Viper, they all had like less than 10% HP. Getting smacked down by the Lina, but once the Lina BKB ran out, like, she just couldn't do anything. Ran into the Jaw Ranger, the hero who was down to just stand there and kill her.
Nyx, careful.
Angel's so confident, man. He does not care if they are down heroes. Just up in there, killing the creeps. But very good fight for Thunder Predator, though. They do buy back on the Undying. Nyx also bought on an Infamous, so the 2 position 5s. Not gonna be able to afford to die in the next engagement.
And they scout Roshan.
Oh, they
Refresh
need
the
this on
shard.
Thunder Predator. This is really good if they can secure this. Where's the Juggernaut? He's coming in. No Omni though still.
Oh, Nyx gets silenced. Oh, dearie me. Arena for the Tide, saving up the Nyx, but the final gush takes him down in the end, while Frank getting Swift Slash, Juggernaut spins back home. So Drow with Aegis, Viper Cheese, Refresher Shard on the Tidehunter. Everything coming back into the hands of Thunder Predator.
Okay, back and forth we go. Radiant now with the Aegis. Was there a refresher on that? Yeah, there was. Now the Tide has 2 ultimates with the ceremonial robe. Woo, that's like a 3+ second stun on his Ravage. So 6 seconds of stun from the Ravage. He times it perfectly.
And 350 mana that Nyx has got to try and burn through. That's actually a really good item there for the Tidehunter in this game, especially.
That's actually
Radiant,
very true. Good point.
you can see Radiant were really planning for that with the 4 observer wards from mid up through to their triangle, the Roshan area. They had so much vision around the pit. Any move that Infamous made would have been scouted unless it was smoked. All set up for by Thunder Predator. They do come towards the top high ground with a double catapult wave. And Tidehunter's Ravage, the double, is ready. So Juggernaut's Abyssal Blade buyout here leaves him without buyback. How are we looking across the board? Lina, Phoenix, and Viper, the 3 heroes with buyback right now. Probably going to need to spend it soon because the shackles onto Nyx. Catch him up with a Ravage from Tide. Frank finding the Lina. There's no BK. Going to have to buy back. Healing Ward didn't do the job there. Mars Arena does come in onto Tide and Undying. They spin him down. MGD's gone. No tombstone here in the fight, is there? Is a Light Striker A not connecting on Tide? Oh, there is a tombstone just hidden behind Tide's big fat body. So difficult to break past that front line. Serpent Wards, Tombstone, and that Tide, all bodyguarding the Drow. There's another lane of barracks comes crumbling down, but Juggernaut spins in, tries to get some damage onto the Tide, but he's X'd up. Retreating back, helped out by the bulwark of the Mars, and he does manter away as the BKB from Drow gets around a danger from the Light Striker Ray. Tide blinks out, but the Laguna Blade and Supernova here towards the Viper, and that quick little slash from Juggernaut takes out Moose. Or the TP from Drow. Got so close. Just got home. The spear was through her skull on my screen.
Oh, he threw the Rebuke first, which actually sent the Drow Ranger further away from the Mars. And he couldn't hit the spear because of it, that distance that was made. Ooh, that would have been a huge kill. That would have been 2 kills on the Drow, losing her Aegis and her life, and the Viper dying. They also hold the melee racks top side. Yeah, they still have the Omni Slash available too on the Juggernaut. If the Tidehunter's all alone, he can just drop the Omni and kill them off.
Well, the Arena, they've been really doing a great job of catching MNZ. The Drow Ranger loses Aegis. Tidehunter jumped in to try and defend her. Maybe stop this Omni Slash and Swift Slash from coming, but Juggernaut, so ballsy, goes for the slash first on the Tide. With the Omni Slash there, he kills him off. And the Abyssal Blade to catch out MJZ. That's the Undying falling, but he does spin back to safety while Phoenix is left to pick the pieces. Drow Ranger takes down Michael on the way out, though. As the Infamous side, they can't get a tier 3, can't really broach that high ground objectives.
They got the buyback from the Tide. They got rid of the Drow Ranger Aegis. Not the worst. I mean, taxes at this point mean so little. It's just about winning those fights, getting rid of the enemy buybacks, and just kind of ending the game in one shot on the side of Infamous. He's going for a Silver Edge next, so he wants to be able to kill the Tide on his own. A Silver Edge and then an Omni Slash on him.
Should do pretty well. And then Lina with Eon Disc, hopefully going to save her up against that immediate initiation from the Tide that's been coming her way.
Yeah, this Lina is the one hero that Thunder Predator is really looking for. She has no buyback. She got double ravaged also, right, in the last fight. And that's one of the reasons why Infamous was able to take the team fight, is because of the ravage being spent on the hero who does have a buyback.
Mars Arena, that is a decent one. MNC Drow is a great one. That's a Drow Ranger. She's dead. A minute and a half, and now the chase is on. Infamous, they taste blood in the water. There are sharks circling around these poor little fish. He walks back in, wades through the water and says, screw it. Take me instead. Leave the rest of my heroes alive. Buys a bit of time for his squad to TP back home. But Drow, Shadow Shaman, and Dying, all dying, and the gem is dropped.
He was in this, right? Like that was a combo for the Shadow Shaman who blinked out, but it nailed the Drow.
Yeah, I genuinely struggled to see the Drow there. Like,
oh my goodness.
That's why I had to change.
That's painful.
It's like, yeah, that's a good Mars Arena. It's a spectacular one because of who he caught inside.
And he's got another arena up again because of that Spell Prism. Hold on, Ruction. Cool. Yep. He wants to go in again. He wants this Viper to pop that BKB from the arena, so the next time around, I mean, it's either the Viper pops the BKB and gets up, or just dies to an arena combo. And Leo's knows that, so he doesn't want to walk up too close.
You know, I didn't quite believe you when you said that the barracks didn't really matter for the Dire team in that first push, because the rate at which they are taking them down now really proves that point. They just come in after a couple of kills, secure 2 full lanes of barracks, dude.
Yeah, and you know, the Tidehunter doesn't feel good standing in the front because it doesn't have buyback either. So he's playing extremely safe at this point in the game.
20k lead now.
Yeah, is this the second upset we're gonna see today, Gary? Is that what it's looking like?
I mean, maybe so. I mean,
close to it.
I think these two teams pretty evenly matched, it appears. South American Dota, I don't know if you can call anything an upset. You know, it's like old school Southeast Asian days. Any team can beat any. Just comes down to that execution out of the draft. Have a bit of fun, yeah.
Oh, Juggernaut going for that Swift Blink. I have not seen the Swift Blink bug yet, but that's gonna be sick.
Oh, shit.
Oh man. Yup. That's a deadly item on a hero like Juggernaut.
50 attack speed bonus into the Omni Slash.
And 50 damage. And, you know, getting on the target that you need to. Oh, again.
Is that the Drow? Okay, the Ravage is coming out. Nice arena though.
Work.
BKB double damage. Drow is trying to do damage, but they can't do anything. The Bulwark is stopping all the Drow's right clicks. They kill off the Juggernaut. The Tide is traded back.
Oh man, it was also the healing from the Phoenix that was keeping him alive for such a long time, but the Shadow Shaman with the shackles.
Now BKB Lina straight back in onto the Drow Ranger. They're forcing the fight forwards. Drow Ranger forced to get back to the high ground. The God's Rebuke, the Bulwark, the big old Laguna Blade takes down MJZ, forcing the buyback from the Undying. The Supernova lands, but the Mars, he's crumbled on that high ground, while this next assassin, he wanted the Drow so badly, but she's surrounded by 3 other heroes now.
Oh, Mars and the Nyx both want the Drow so badly. Ended up dying for it. I mean, this is the power. That's what Drow does, right? Kites you and then kills you. So got a little bit too baited on the side of Infamous. Also playing without their Juggernaut. I mean, he's all your damage. I was gonna say they got rid of the Tide in the last fight, so that kind of stops or halts Thunder Predator's assault, like while the Juggernaut is dead. They need that frontline guy to provide vision, but it's gonna get them a Roshan. Oh God, Gary, this game is so back and forth.
Agadam's refresher. Oh, 4th Roshan time, 50 minutes almost on the clock.
They weathered the storm, you know, against the previous Roshan, but this one.
There's been like 7 storms.
Infamous. Yeah. Now they're gonna get an Aegis, Cheese, Refresher. Who's gonna take the Ags? Who's taking that? Oh wait, a Courier? Did a Courier take it? Oh no.
So Viper has the Ags.
Okay.
Refresher and Aegis on the Drow. So maybe
it's in his backpack. But I think they're thinking about who to give it to. Honestly, they should just give it to the Shadow Shaman. Like, this Viper Ags is worthless. Like, forget about it.
Yeah, because they could go up to tier 4s, put the wards down, and just let them go wild.
And you're gonna have to force the Juggernaut and Olina to actually hit the wards, or else that's a problem. I think they should give it to the Shadow Shaman. I guess one cool thing, a counterplay to that, might be the Bulwark, right? This Bulwark has been doing so much work against Jaw and Viper.
What do you want to give him? Ags? Buy an Ags on Mars?
No. I said it's been doing a lot of work, as in, like, if you have the Serpent Wards down, you can absorb the ranged attacks with the Bulwark too. And I've been saying, like, how the ranged carries of Thunder Predator have been
struggling,
struggling against this Bulwark.
Does that work if someone's hitting a tower with ranged attacks? Bulwark soaks up from the towers as well.
Good question. We're gonna have to see.
Just go and sit in front of your tier 4s. Put the shield up.
Yep.
Soak it all. And Tidehunter respawning in a couple of seconds. Be the signal here for Thunder Predator to get cracking with that top lane of barracks and finish it off. Mid lane tier 3 also not looking too healthy for Infamous. But they've sent a number of Jug Illusions to shove out the bot lane, smoking across the map from their mid tier 2 area, while Infamous are going to have to sit on this high ground and wait because Thunder Predator are doing a very similar maneuver.
Kind of a little bit Oh, they're actually gonna smoke in, but the vision is in favor of Infamous here. I don't know. This doesn't look like a very good smoke to me. Okay, they plant the wards first.
They see the Mars. They've got Blink on Shadow Shaman.
Angel.
There's the Hex onto Angel, but the Mars Arena into the Ravage. The BKBs are all used up. The Supernova Sunray, it is burning through them, and that Juggernaut, he stayed alive through the initiation, so they get MJZ moves, and they Abyssal Blade the backline. Drow Ranger, she's picked off, and the Aegis is gone. 5 heroes still alive for Infamous. They didn't lose a single soul.
Amazing.
It is a disaster for Thunder Predator, but blessings for Infamous as they cruise through the team fight victory.
Holy shit, that arena on the 4 heroes stopped the attacks, the range attacks from going out the arena to the Juggernaut who was being shackled.
They got the Viper now.
Drow Ranger, like,
They got the Viper.
in. Oh no.
He can't BKB, he can maybe go
He has
Scepter
no
and try and
buyback.
run. He's got cheese. At the very least, he's got a cheese. Does he eat it? Tries to run away. Viper Strike with another Toxin there, but a Sunray just back. Damage onto the Bulwark of Mars being soaked up, but another Sunray. In it comes with that Supernova. As Leo Style tries to skirt off to the left-hand side, but they've got Moose sliced down. But Sunray again just burning the Viper. No buybacks here. Thunder Predator have no heroes left apart from Drow Ranger and Infamous. They're going to get a 2-0 victory.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What a game.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
That was very impressive from Infamous this game.
It's GG.
Yep.
Mars with a celebratory arena of blood inside that fountain. Whew. This series.
Absolutely beautiful, Dota.
Some great maneuvering on the map there. Both teams utilizing smokes, high ground, the vision, the initiation from their blink daggers, Tide, Shadow Shaman, everyone doing great on TP's side. And then Infamous just have this, I mean, you were calling it throughout the game, the real confidence of the Juggernaut there.